Good morning. It's just about 10 o'clock in the morning. And as I said yesterday, we're going to go through Pokemon Sword, and we're going to do it very quickly. We're just going to call this guy Smudge. That's the name I always use for my characters. Well, not always. Sometimes it's my actual name. But yes, we'll be calling ourselves Smudge. What we're going to do, this is going to be quite a nice, chilled out stream, really, in the grand scheme of things. We're going to go through Pokemon Sword as quickly as possible. Now, we will be then using this save file to do a bunch of all the stuff like posting, diamond activations, all that good stuff, breeding. Um, because a lot of it is going to be towards getting a forward index with one box on home and a dream. So, because I think it's all but 20 available in the Swiss game now. So this won't be like a speed run per se, but we will be using speed run strats to get through the main game as quickly as possible. And our boy here is gonna just rub it on for a bit. That's a new Pokemon for Pokemon Sword. Not a new Pokemon for us. We know that that's a key fan. But yeah, I'll still see some information along the way. Um, we're going to. You can see that there's a 3 stars on the side. We're not going to be marking our packages off because we're going to be doing so quickly. It's not really going to matter. So we are going to use the speedrun method, which means we click toggle. We are going to grab the other two from not anyone completely blank. Well, one of the other two is stolen by the other will get from the shield because we need to go through that to get Ramazan at some point. And, and yeah, the entire plan across this is just to cover as many of the games as possible, get as full of living indexes as possible on every generation, and just have some fun. Have some fun with it. I cannot tell you how sorry I was to see Gigantic Charizard. It looks really cool. Um, it's not the best Gigantic X, I don't think. Um, like offhand, it's probably my favourite, but I think there are probably better ones. Um, so, like I said, our main thing today is just do this as quickly as possible. So as soon as we can, we're going to be going into the menus. We're going to be turning off and adjusting a bunch of settings. So we are going to be skipping the first chunk of story here. We can't skip much of this, unfortunately. This new save file. Um, but that's okay. And you can see I put across the bottom of the screen, not quite a speedrun, because we will be doing a lot of the speedrun strategies, but we're not going to be setting any kind of times or anything like that. I'm not, you know, I do want to get into speedrunning at some stage, but for now, we're just going to do this as a sort of casual speedrun, I guess, would be the best thing. Yeah, so we're just going to turn ourselves up. And now that we're stood up, we can actually go into our menu. And this is what I think. Okay, we're going to turn off. I'm going to turn down. We're going to not give anything names because that'll slow it down. We don't need to gyroscope it. That's absolutely fine. Put the first hit music on. I've never turned that on. You know, all the times I've played through this game so many times, I have never ever turned that off. And this is, we turn it off purely to speed this up. So, we'll ignore our mum. We're going to go get our food. There are a lot of scenes in this game that aren't classed as movies, so we don't get to skip those, but um, we're going to ignore that. I'm going to go through here, and we are going to the tutorial, really. The tutorial section of this game, it isn't as long as some people like to make out. And believe you me, there are things you can do that will allow us to get past the tutorials quite quickly. We will be dealing with a lot of the cutscene stuff and whatnot that isn't skippable. There's not really anything you can do about that. But yeah, we're going to pick Trouble because that's the meta. And the idea is that we're going to get something much stronger that's also a water type Pokemon. If you know the speedrun strategy, you know what I'm talking about. I will. As I normally do, I tend to not talk about things too far in advance. To maintain the illusion that I care about spoilers. I do care about spoilers, I don't want to see spoilers. Even if it's the things I don't like. I just don't see the point of spoiling something for people, but there. And what we're going to do is we're going to tear through this game as quickly as humanly possible. Now, we're not going to do it the exact way of the speedrun. See, my brain is not working yet this morning. I need to have some coffee. That's what I need. Yeah, so what I'm going to do is get the one Pokemon that we have to get, and then I'm thinking I'm going to get the, I don't know why my character's turned like that. Huh, that is strange. I might have to unplug my controller and plug it back in at some point. It's okay. Yeah, so we're going to grab the Meta Pokemon, which is why we want Pixel as our starter. And then I'm going to do a secondary, which you normally wouldn't do for a speedrun, which is why I'm saying it's not quite speedrun. But I'd like to have a backup, just in case I do something wrong. And for that can be in the Pokemon, so you can actually do that relatively quickly. We're going to end up with 2 over-leveled Pokemon, is the theory. This is Leon. He's the region's champion, and I don't know if you know this, but he's undefeated. I don't know if they ever made that clear in the story. I don't think it ever comes up in dialogue. It's definitely not referred to in any way, shape, or form. So it gives that as a clue. So we'll see how that unfolds. I like his design. All joking aside, I like his design. I can understand why people are mad that his ace is a Charizard. It would make more sense for it to be a regional Pokemon, sure, but what can you do? Honestly, I'd have given him what's it called? Duraludon. But there is a trainer who has that at their ace, so I can kind of see why they didn't do that. But yeah, there's a lot of instances like that where you could be like, oh, but it could be this Pokemon, but somebody else probably already has it as their ace. And plus, it's just a little nod to Gen 1 and whatnot. It's also the first time in Pokemon games where, so in the base, the base Pokedex of the game, Charizard is the only one of the Kanto starters who is in the game. Hello. I'm from my controller. I don't know why it's doing that. It's very weird. If it continues to play up, I will get my thing for my Joy-Cons. This is why I'm saying it's not a speedrun, because I haven't ever practiced this, that's all it is. Again. Must have not the sticker that I was plugging it in. So yeah, we're picking Trouble. And we're not going to name anything. We're not doing any of that. It's going to be added to our party. I don't normally pick Trouble. I always pick School Bunny, unless I'm trying to build out the decks. But we're picking Trouble. Good morning, Paradox. You're all right. So we picked Sobble because we're going to be doing the speed run route, and there is a reason for that, and we will cover that when we come to it. Um, the but yeah, so the way that they're getting this is how it starts. The rival picks the one that's weaker to you, and the champion takes the spare one. So if you take Grookey, he'll take Cinderace, School Bunny, sorry, which means he'll have Cinderace later on, which means he'll have two fire types, which is actually really useful to know. And means that a rock type Pokemon could be potentially quite good for your team. Doesn't affect us here because he's got a grass type, but just a little tidbit for you there if you're ever thinking about doing something like this. But like I said, we are just going to be tearing through this as quickly as we can. And yeah, we're going to be up hop a few times. So hop, it's hop and songs, how in the Alola game. So I always get the two mixed up. Which one's which one? Let's get hop as Alola. There we go. So yeah, we'll be carrying through the primary story quite quickly today. That's the plan. And then what we'll do in future streams for this, we'll start filling out our decks and collecting bits and bobs and all that kind of stuff. And we're going to be up sheep with a lizard. But yeah, the way they've coded the starters in this gen makes a lot more sense than in some of the previous gens where you get your sort of stab basic elemental attack at level 6 rather than level 5. I mean, it doesn't make any difference in this battle, but it makes a lot of sense that it wouldn't be something that Pokemon has straight away. So here's a Synapse Score Bunny, which is fire type Pokemon. It's my favourite of the starters, but we're not using it for this particular run through. And we're going to hit that with a couple of wall guns, and that should knock it out. A lot of these text boxes annoy people. They don't really bother me. They add a bit of character to the game, and they kept them in for Skyline White, which I'm very grateful for, to be quite honest with you. And there you go, we've won that battle. And we are, I mean, we're nowhere near really starting the game proper, but we will be well on our way. There are a couple of things that we want to do to speed things up. We can skip a catching tutorial from Leon by catching a Pokemon. So we will be absolutely catching one for them. And we want to just avoid battles as much as we can beyond that. But there's one that we're not avoiding, and we're not going. But that's fine. That's part of the route. Because we've got to do all this sidey bit stuff with escaping wounding. Normally I would run from these encounters, but I think I might take some of the XP just to get past the future battle a little easier, but we'll see. We will see. Slumbering Wheel. There are so many really cool places in this game that are really well designed, and I don't really understand why the art style of this game got the hate that it does. I mean, I do understand, but at the same time, like, I don't. Like, calm down, it's a game. Okay. You're going to see a lot of spoiler bit in these early routes. But like I said, I'm just going to knock a couple of these out just to get some easy XP. And then we can carry on. Because we've got another battle with Hot in a little bit, and we just want to be as high level as possible for that, really, whilst whilst it won't present too much of a problem, I just don't want to get dragged into long battles if I can avoid it. We've got a long way to go. Yeah, the plan is for now just to stream till about, I don't know, we'll see how far we get by sort of 1 o'clock UK time, so that's 3 hours from now, and I'll make a judgment based on that. But we're gonna be here for a minute. Gonna, I thought my controller died right at the beginning of that cutscene. Why am I not moving? Right. So yeah, these are all forced encounters. It's not how encounters will work in the main game. It's how random encounters work. Like people talk like there aren't random encounters in this game. There are. They don't work the same way as in previous generations of Pokemon. They don't just spawn. It'll tell you, oh, this square has a random encounter in it, and you can go do it. This is the only time they pop as regular random encounters. There will be Pokemon in the open world as well, which was the second time for the series. That was like a regular thing. The first time being Let's Go, which I will do on this channel at some point, but for now it's quite a priority. But we might break that game as well. I don't mind doing the shenanigans in all the games. We'll be doing this is a mild spoiler, but we will be doing something like this for another game where I intend to do one game in like 6 hours. And I sort of referenced this yesterday on stream. And this is the box legendary. You don't get to know its name right now, so I'm not going to spoil it. Although you know what its name is. But for now, it's just triple question mark. And we're going to pound this thing, but it's not going to do anything. And we're going to wonder why. I don't think that's ever really explained. I think it's supposed to be a mirage of the actual Pokemon, like to warn off those who are unworthy or something. But I don't know. We'll see. Yes, so very bright screen. I can't see anything. No, you can't. That's kind of the point. It's a mist. Turns into David Draymond. So anyway, we've done that bit now, and the game. I promise the game will start to pick up in pace quite soon. But yeah, like I said, we're not going to do the exact speed run method. We're going to use some of the tricks to speed things up for us, but we're not overly worried about doing the exact speed run method. This is just going to be to make it as quickly as possible from here to the end of the game. We do want to catch as many Pokemon as we can, but we'll be doing that in the post game. I'm going to catch one so we can skip a tutorial in a moment. And then we're kind of just doing the two that we're going to use for the playthrough, and then oh my god, speak to my mum. Let's speak to my mum. I can't remember if I'm supposed to or not. I suppose we should. Yeah, cutscene. Okay. See, well remembered me. So yeah, she gives you a bit of money. You can customize your character and all that kind of stuff. Which again, we're going to do in the post game. We're not going to worry about it too much right now, because, like I said, we're just going to be doing this as quickly as possible. And what's quite nice about doing this right now is that I do want to get into speedrunning properly, and this will give me the opportunity to Well, practice a little and set like a benchmark time. So this will probably end up being my first benchmark time, but we're not in a mad rush to get everything done. Just, so we'll catch this a little bit, catch this a little bit. The first few encounters you get, I think, are guaranteed 100% catch rate. I might be wrong. So we're about to test something. We get 5 Pokeballs. We're just going to throw this one and see if that catches. There we go. Right, so that actually saves us some time. And I'll show you where when we get there. And go level 8 as well, so we're getting some of that XP I wanted to get, so that's good. Right, we're now going to try and avoid battles as much as possible. It's not always going to be easy because some Pokemon will try and chase you, and most of the time will grab some of these items. So we can go into the up here a little bit more. Just put a little time hold a bit. Um, so it's the BSC still character there. Here, sorry, it's another favorite actually. I've seen a lot of love for this character. Not this little guy. Although this little guy's pretty cute too. He's young. And then it's like corgi. And then I'm talking about this young lady. And she is, well, we'll find out in a moment, but she's very important to the story. And Leon introduces Sonia for us. So yeah, Sonia is a helpful, recurring character, very important to the later parts of the story and post-game stuff. And yeah, she's quite popular on the fan base. Yeah, good times. She also gives us our Pokédex, which is what we need. There we go. Just mashing through this text because it can take a little while. Like I said, that's on the fastest text speed, so more interruptions can give you a potion. Don't worry, we have already started our time saving measures, so we've already saved quite a bit of time because we're skipping so much of the dialogue by being on the fastest text. There is a bit here we have to. Well, that reminds me, I set the birthday on Scarlet and Violet. I don't think I ever checked back on that. Anyway, so that's okay. We'll be here at some point. Right, he's going to ask us if this is our first time in Pokemon Center, and we say, of course not. That actually does skip a little bit of text. So that actually gets you through that little interaction just a bit quicker. We'll talk to this guy. I don't think he has Pokeballs just yet. He doesn't. That's fine. So we're going to leave that alone for now. I don't know if we need to go over in our party to show that we've got the catch, but we're going to leave it in our party for now. Again, smashing through this text as quickly as humanly possible. And he runs off. So basically, he was just telling us about the gym challenge and how there's a bunch of badges that we can collect and this, that, and the other. A lot of these items that we're picking up are going to be pretty useless, but I do want to grab them as we're going. This is where we save some time, by the way. So Hop's about to tell us that he wants to show us how to catch Pokemon. And then Leon shows up, and it's actually going to be him who's going to show us how to catch Pokemon. But then he sees that we have a Pokemon, and he just gives you Pokeballs and leaves. So if ever you want to skip a cutscene here, just make sure you give a capture to a Pokemon before this bit. So he runs off. We are not going to be using very many Pokemon throughout this playthrough. I tell you that for free. But Stubble is going to be our main star for now. We are going to fight his trainer. I think we'll try and skip the others because I don't think you can skip them. You can't skip this guy for sure. I think you can skip the rest. But yeah, so we're going to try and make sure we skip whatever we can as a time save more than anything. So yeah, this square it's not going to cause us too many problems, but we will need to keep an eye on our HP. That's the green bar in the bottom left when we're battling there, as you will know, no doubt. We don't want that getting too low. Little factoid I don't think I've actually covered in Scarlet and Violet yet. The trainer battles will always give you more XP than a wild battle of the same Pokemon. I'm not necessarily going to need to explain that, I don't think, but yeah, if you battle a Pokemon fastest level, you can't skip. Okay. So yeah, it's two unskippable battles here. We've got so many more come up, but this early part, I think there's like one more, and then we're into the game proper. Right. And then things get a little strange. I'll tell you that for free. I think we have to catch one more Pokemon before we do the exploit, but I'm not 100% on that. Cool. I will need to box Squover and Sobble when we get to the point that we have the other Pokemon that we want. But that's, half an hour from now, maybe. Maybe not even that long. I really honestly don't know how long this will take. I will need to use a potion though. Okay, it's using Trail, that's fine. Yeah, we definitely need to use a potion. Okay, we're good. So we won this battle. Nick is quite a good Pokemon, it's quite a good utility Pokemon if you're looking to run such a thing. Benjamin gave us 420 for winning. That's pretty good. We will do a proper rundown of all the menus and stuff like that. For now, we're only really interested in the question. Come around that. You can also customize your menu in this game. Well, thinking about it, I don't know if you can start like that. Never thought to check. So this is the region's professor. She studies the Dynamax phenomenon. And she is going to basically give us a bit of exposition and lore dumping at different times of the game. And yeah, she's an old deer. She's got a nice blue headscarf on. It's purple, isn't it? I am sort of thinking to myself, like, it'd be nice to going through this to see if there's any actual blatant references to Scarlet and Violet. I can't see that there are going to be any that are going to jump out at me and I'll be like, oh yeah, that for sure is that. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, we do have to fight Hop, which is fine. I think he's the character you fight the most in this route. I think. Can't see it being anyone else. You fight him several times throughout the story because I think he probably outweighs like several other characters put together. Because like Bede and I'm sure there's somebody else who you fight Marnie a lot. Quite a couple of times. I think Hop's more than both of those put together. Yeah, so we're going to make his Wooloo. And there is a little bit of luck to this route that we're taking. And I'm hoping it turns out, because like I said, I've never really sort of tried to do it this way before. I always get sidetracked into sort of taking my time with this, but I really am committing myself to, I want to do this as quickly as possible. So that's what we're going to do. You will occasionally hear me shuffle around. My mic will probably pick that up. It's just going to be where I'm standing or whatever, just to make sure I don't sit too long. So I'm very conscious of that kind of thing. So he has a third Pokemon this time. He has Woodley, which is a flying type Pokemon. It's literally the first mono flying type Pokemon in the series that isn't a legendary. So yeah, there you go. So that's a little fact for you. It doesn't get a second typing until its third stage, I don't think. Which is also quite unusual for a bird in the sort of starter bird category. So, the young man tells us that he's going to endorse us for the gym challenge. That'll get us through this. What? I mean, it is one of those things where you kind of think to yourself, oh, this opening salvo again so long. You're doing it this way. It's still 32 minutes already, and whilst that isn't a massive amount of time, I can see why people are like, oh, this is quite slow. But if you took your time to catch every Pokemon on every route and do everything that you can do at this point of the game, it's probably quite a long time between, Wooloo crashing the fence and now, you know. But there you go. Anyway, we get wishing stars. They're the thing that allow you to Dynamax. And yeah, we get to chill out here for an evening with everyone, which seems too many people for this house, but alright, kind of thing. We'll sleep on the sofa, it's fine. And then in the morning we'll have a Dynamax band, which is the worst band that allows you to Dynamax, oddly enough. She's going to give us that in a moment. And yeah, we're still unfortunately in the tutorial-y slow part of this, but believe me, once we get to where we're going, we're going to tear through the game far quicker than you're supposed to be able to. It occurred to me as well that if they simply held off on giving you the Dynamax ban until, say, halfway through the game, that you wouldn't be able to do the exploit until then. We're also going to be talking about whistling and creeping in this game. Creeping, just sort of crouching and walking quite slightly, feels a bit finicky in this game. They separate it into a separate button for Legends and Scarlet Violet, which makes a lot more sense. But we aren't worrying about any of that. We're not ninjas. We don't need to sneak up on anyone. Do you want to? Yeah, and what you'll notice is that there are Pokemon just in the overworld, and that's great. in this game, unlike Scarlet Violet later on and Legends Arceus, there's no indication as to whether or not they're shiny until you run into them. And I did not mean to run into this spoiler, but we'll take the XP. Actually, no, we don't need the XP. No, we don't need it. Go away. Yeah, there's no indication as to whether or not they're shiny. All Pokemon have the base shiny rate for now. There is a method in this game to reduce that, but I don't really understand how it works. I don't think anyone does. You're supposed to knock out or encounter a whole bunch of this game. My frame rate lagged hard then, that was weird. Oh, well, again, there we go. Yeah, the shininess method is like you have to encounter or beat a bunch of the Pokemon, and then you'll get some that spawn that might be affected by the change, and it's confusing. Okay. It gives us the TM for Swift, which is fine. It's a good TM to get, and we won't really need it. And we're about to catch the train, and this is kind of the beginning of the end of the traditional way of playing the game. In effect, the speedrun from here used to involve picking Score Bunny initially, then getting a Growlithe at the highest level you can manage to catch one, and then tearing through the game with an Arcanine, which you can get Firestone pretty early in this game. And that was the meta right up until the second DLC came out. We'll be fine. So yeah. I think this is another time save because I think it just skips the cutscene that happens here. We'll see. It's in a minute. Yeah. So there's a whole cutscene that happens there, so that's gone now. We do have to go a little further because we need to get something from a particular character. It takes like a minute to do. But this is the wild area. This is like the big selling point of this game. There's loads of this massive, great big area where there's hundreds of Pokemon, literally just out there to catch in the open world. And yeah, you can have wildly varied teams from playthrough to playthrough. So the replayability of this game is massive, and I will die on that hill. And like even the way I'm going to play now, I'm doing it as quickly as I can, but it's not exactly going to be a speed run. But also, it's going to be pretty fast. Right. She gives us a box link. What that allows us to do is manage our party at any time while we're moving around. And as she says, you can have 6 in your party at any given time, but it allows you to rotate. So if you're doing a Living Dex or a Professor Oak challenge, that really improves that particular challenge. But we are done with this for the moment. We are going to head back, and we're gonna do. Oh, it'll be towards the gate, yeah. So we're going to go back to Wedge House, which is where we just were, and you're probably thinking, why? And you'll see for why the moment we arrive. Train to Isle of Armor has arrived. Now, Isle of Armor is the first DLC. Oh, excuse me. Oh, sneeze. It's the first DLC, and we won't be doing that. Not yet, anyway. Oh, Jesus. There you go. Let's have this live because I refuse to mute my mic. You've got police. There's on my OBS, which is only understand my mouth. I can't really see this. So this is Slowpoke. It doesn't look like a regular Slowpoke, that's because it's the Galarian Slowpoke. Now, I'm under the impression that this is a 100% catch rate, but yeah, I'm not sure. I never had to push it at a point where that would matter. You know, you have to remember if they threw a ball through or not. So I'm just going to throw the ball. This is a fixed encounter. You can't progress. No, it's not 100% C. C, Celebi, C, Bulbapedia. A few of those places have lied about that. I'm just going to throw another ball at it. I've got to revive if it knocks out my soul. It's fine. That's so rude. Alright, fine. Fine. Use water gun. Does nothing. I'm going to use water gun again. Right. That will be enough to catch it. You have to catch it, by the way. You have to. Which is why I... Really, game? Really? That's okay. Slow me down. Why don't you? Right. I revive my shovel because I don't want to get knocked out. That would be hilarious. I need to try and do this as fast as possible when this Slowpoke has other plans. Right. Get in the ball. I'm wondering if it's because my Pokemon are the lowest level. Which, that's a mechanic in this game. Yeah, do you know what I'm gonna... Right. I'm just gonna try and knock it down a bit further with water gun then. If I end up knocking it out, it'll be annoying, but 31's fine. So that's pretty low. I don't think I can knock it any lower than that safely, really. What? Right. Not taking any chances here. This is absolutely absurd. Slowpoke giving me the work. Slowpoke, just getting the ball. I don't need this right now. Also, very much proves that this is not a guaranteed catch. Yeah, it's because of my level. So there's a mechanic in this game where if you're below the level of a Pokemon you're trying to catch, the catch rate goes way down, like way down. So it would be quicker to go and get some Pokemon at this point, I think, and get a couple of extra levels or something. I'm being stubborn. I have to buy some more Pokeballs as well. Yeah, no, I know, buddy. I'm just listening on there and you catch it. I'm just gonna go and grab some extra levels. And that's actually a really good test of that mechanic, to be fair. Because I'm sure I've caught that thing with no hassle before. Um, but maybe I just had an extra level or two. So it was level 12. So we're just going to do a very brief grind. He says we're a sleeping Pokemon. Oh my god. This is a disaster. It really, really is going to be very annoying, isn't it? There we go. Right. How much XP are they going to give us? Really need to fight Wooloo. It is worth the most XP on this route, I think. Another Rocky D will do for now. I need to go and box. Okay, I'll knock out this Rocky D and I'll go box my Squover. We don't need it. Okay. Yeah. And we'll go box Squover and we will come back because I'll heal as well. This is the other thing that's quite annoying about this particular route is that you don't get to bite till much later. I like that in Scarlet Violet you get the ability to travel before you really start any badges or anything like that. To ride the Pokemon, sorry. Right. You're going to have to get, I know. Right. So Squirrel's just going to stand there all by itself for the moment. It will have some friends later on. I promise. I'm going to just see if we can find a couple more Pokemon to battle, get our level up a bit more. Squirrel. So Ruler gives the most XP of any Pokemon on this route, I believe. So I think XP gain is tied to HP or something. Whales, you know, and Chansey are basically known for their XP yields. Okay, so yeah, we're level 11 now. Quite a chunk into level 11. Let me see if we can find any more. There we go. It would be quite funny to get a shiny Lulu. I've been looking for one for ages. I got one in Pokemon Go in the end. I was looking for one on my main save file, I should say, stored. Yeah, it was definitely one of those things where you're like, oh, that's pretty cool, but then you're also like, huh, no, I have it, you know. So I need two anyway. It's a Caterpie! And yeah, there are a lot of Pokemon that will only show up in the exclamation points. That was one that popped up there. And then you see it pop up an exclamation point, the grass will start to shake. And basically then you're going to get into an encounter. So if we go this way, we'll encounter that one. I love Squirrel's design, it's so cute. His evolved form is great as well. You know it sounds like that one kid from The Simpsons. You know the one. Yeah, so we'll get to level 12. So that'll make it easier for us to catch that Slowpoke. And we can finally move on. Woo! I saw the trailer for Sword and Shield way back when. And this little guy was unveiled, Wooloo. I was like, hell yeah, that's such a cool Pokemon. Because, I mean, it's just a sheep, really, but it's just so cute. Right there. Ooh. Well, we're not catching them. What we're going to do is pretty much the same as I intend to do on Star and Violet, is just go around with a bunch of quick balls later on and just really have like a catching spree. But we're doing this more for the XP at the moment because I need to catch that Slowpoke to be able to advance the story. Come on. Move this way a bit. Then first. With it. And we'll take the exclamation mark if you don't know what it is. There we go. It's a Blipbug. This was on my original team. I'm not even joking, it's such a good Pokemon. Well, it's evolved for this. This thing's kind of brown green. It's a star, but of course it is kind of what it turned into is actually pretty cool. Yeah, that's not gonna be enough. You need really let's go around. Let's go with it. Let's go with it. We'll knock this Hulu out. I don't think that'll quite be enough for a full level, but then we should be able to level up with just about anything else. Oh no, that's cool. Excellent. Your Water Pulse is much better move than Water Gun. We'll just replace that. So yeah, we've got a better move. We've got the levels we need. Should now be able to. Can't believe the Slowpoke has ended up being a bit of a roadblock for me. That's so stupid. I think it's also because I'm just so used to using Scorbunny. So, so yeah, Slowpoke has lost its water typing, by the way, in this game, which is why water is effective and not very effective, I think. You can just sort of chase down this Slowpoke a bit. Okay, so now I'm just going to throw balls. It's in a good range. Good, good catch. Wait, there we go. So we've now caught the Slowpoke, and you're probably thinking, well, that's great and everything, but you said we're not going to Alabama. We're not. We need to move the Slowpoke so that we could go to the other DLCs. And we're going to skip a lot of these. We're not going to see Clara here again for a while. Yes, I did use her name because everyone knows who she is. The weebs on the internet have made that perfectly clear. But they know who she is. Oh my god, it's incorporeal. So anyway, I'm going to talk to this guy, and he's going to acknowledge that we have both classes in the Crown Tundra Station. Now, the Crown Tundra is actually built for post-game, but whether it was an oversight or not, you can actually access one of the bigger features in the game, in the DLC from scratch, and that's what we're going to go take advantage of. And that's where we're heading now. Now, we do have a mandatory battle, but you don't actually have to win it, which again, probably an oversight. I am going to box my Slowpoke before I forget, so this doesn't take too long. Just funny that Slowpoke gave you such a run around. Extended cameo. We will be completing all the Pokedexes, we'll show off all the different rewards and stuff. So we'll go boxes and drop Slowpoke in there. Okay. So this is the Crown Tundra DLC. There are ridiculously high level Pokemon here. You can't catch any of them. And we're literally here for one feature and one feature alone, which will allow us to catch ridiculously high level Pokemon. Which again, not sure if it's an oversight. Not sure if they should have done a badge check for this part of the DLC, but you know, here we are. Um, and it will speed up quite a lot of our journey. And we also get to ask the question why we picked Soul very shortly. I'm going to back this young lady up. I do remember when this was coming out, there was a bunch of hackers and leakers were leaking everything about this game. There was going to be this big plot involving her, and she was your rival, and she was going to be this, that, and the other, and she's like in the game for 5 seconds. She disguised the wire, she shows up here, and then at the end of the DLC story, is it? She does nothing. Great. So all the leakers were wrong, but never sort of came out and apologised for lying or being party to a lie. So yeah, we get knocked out here, but that's fine. We don't need to win this battle. But we've basically just been used as a patsy, and yeah. So we're going to go learn about max layers, and that's the feature that we're going to take advantage of. It's a bit of DLC that allows you to effectively catch a bunch of Pokemon that aren't in both are and aren't in Dex. There's like a mixture. You can get the Hoenn starters this way. It's pretty cool. Um, you can get all kinds of things through these. Um, the meta is to do the first one, which is a fixed encounter, which we'll learn about shortly. Well, we're going to do two. We're going to do two max adventures. So it's going to take a minute, but then overall we're going to have a much easier time with the actual story and whatnot. And I will take suggestions for the second one. But there we go. Right, so we're in here, and there's so many little cutscenes and stuff in this early part of this run, and it's fine. Don't get me wrong, I enjoy it. But I can see why some people get frustrated with it. This lady is really tired of his malarkey. She's the person who controls access to the Max Avengers. So she'll explain how it works to us. We already know how it works. I will explain as we go, but if you played this game, or if you've watched a Let's Play of this game, or even if you've watched a shiny on each thing, this game, chances are you probably know how this works, because this is quite a not popular way to get some of the shinies, but there are some that you can get hit. So, anywho, yes, please save our adventure, save our progress. So, I'm going to not invite others because I can't anyway. I'm just going to take the first one that comes up. I don't even care. This particular Pokemon that we select, we don't get to keep. I'll make that clear right now. Any Pokemon that we encounter in this that we catch, we can potentially keep. There are already a few good options that I can see just from the typing. So I'm going to go Electric. I need to see what that is. I think that's more P5. Maybe. Oh no, it's Tadua. Oh, yeah, Tadua. It's a good Pokemon. Evolves into a great Pokemon. Its evolution has been fixed in this particular game, but we'll get to that at some point, I'm sure. So we're going to Dynamax straight away, and we're going to just get on the attack. That's what we want to do. So Dynamaxing lasts for 3 turns. It changes all your moves into versions of of same type of move that have additional effects. And yeah, any Pokemon you get to catch through this mode, you get to keep one of them at the end. Now, chances are we're going to be keeping the last one. That's the speedrun meta. That's what we're going for. But for now, we just need to be chargeable and focused on that. I'm going to throw Pokeballs at everything, just because if something goes wrong, we've then at least got something to fall back on. Which is why I'm like, this is kind of a speed run, but we're not overly worried about whether or not we get the exact method correct. Which I know a lot of people are like, oh, you have to do it a specific way or restart your run or whatever. And I was like, no, you're all right. We are getting as much of this done in one go as I can. And yeah, I don't think it'll be that bad. This is the one thing about the Dynamax race is that the AI does not help, like at all. Right, so that's charge above now anyway. And throw a Pokeball. You've got 14, so we've got enough to do this one and one more anyway. So you get 4 encounters per raid, so that's what, 8? So 8, 4, 8, 12, we did 3. 3. We'll see. We'll see what we get. But yeah, so charge above will be one of the offers we can take at the end of it. I'm very much doubt that that's the one we're going with, but we will see. I'm good without it. Okay, so somebody has swapped to it. It's not great. We've got Poison, which is a Wheezing, and we've got Ground, which is one of the Hoenn starters, I think. I think that's Rush Tom. I think. It looked like it. It is. Swamp sorry. So yeah, this is a really good example of what I was talking about. If we catch this at the end of this, if we fail the legendary, this would serve completely fine as a replacement. So I'm definitely interested in catching this one. It is going to cause some problems, being that we have 2 Pokemon that are weak to it, but we will see. I'm sure it'll be fine. He says. I am tempted to just take this ahead of what we would normally take because it's the same typing, well, kind of the same typing. Also, for those of you who follow me on social media, you'll have seen, I'll take a little plug while we're here. You have 4 lives for this, by the way. Sorry to break my tangent for a moment there. And because Colossal got knocked out, we've lost 1. And that's 4 for the entire run. So there is always the opportunity to just outright fail. I think we'll be okay. I think we're far enough into this particular battle that we'll be fine. Yeah, we'll be fine. Cool. But anyway, like I was saying, yesterday I released my 11th book, which is pretty cool. I need to be more sort of proud of myself for stuff like that. I'm normally quite like guarded, a little embarrassed to talk about stuff like that. But yeah, so I write. That's the big dream. That's why I'm not overly worried about being taken too seriously doing stuff like this. Yeah, so I have written a whole bunch of books. There are 11 now out in the wild. They are available on Amazon. They are independently published. And honestly, I'm, that's 2 lives gone. This Swampet's going to push us right to the edge. Which is kind of scary. It's okay. Okay, we're gonna at least defeat this thing. So that's good. And it'll serve the same role as a as the Pokemon we were planning to get. That's okay. Now comes Chargeable. And we're just gonna go for one more max strike. Okay, so it's one put down, so you can catch that. So we've definitely got a really good backup. I'm really happy with that, and I'm definitely okay with using that for our playthrough ahead of the Pokemon. That's the meta kind of thing, because it really won't matter. And you'll find out why, and it still plays into why we picked Stubble. So that's pretty cool. You can still click I'm good to go. You're not picking here. You pick later. Don't worry. Right, so from here we've got three choices: electric, normal, or ground. I can see what ground is big as B. Can't see what normal is, but we're going to pick electric because I know that the one at the top is a water type. Again, we'll get into why that's important. Um, what's on this? I wasn't sure what it was. So this is quite interesting because this is the original Stunfisk. There is a Galarian variant of Stunfisk. So that's pretty cool. Um, it's fine. I'm honestly not bothered if this thing knocks us out. It probably does a favour if it does. That's fine. We're getting there. We're getting there. I think this will be fine. Nope. Apparently not. All right. So yeah, one really good thing about getting Pokemon from this is that you get access to. Well, I'll show you. I'll show you guys that. That's going to be really fun to show off, actually. Um, Again, there are sort of rhymes and reasons as to why doing this is going to be better for us overall. And like I said, we're going to do two, regardless of what happens in this one. I feel a bit more confident about that now that we've come across one for that, because that will um, fill in fill in the role that we need quite capably, and probably do us some favors later on in the game as well. Yay! We knocked out the Starfest. I'm not going to bother throwing up first one. Well, I know it's less throw out all of them, but you don't need to cast Starfest. Both of them are slightly Starfest, so there it is not need for me to throw out more than one. Anything to about last Pokemon? This Pokemon is set. It's Suicune. It's always Suicune the first time you do it. Um, and the meta is to catch Suicune and run this as your main for the rest of the game. Um, you can fail this. I think the game works so that you don't, but you can fail it. So we're just going to keep hitting this thing with thunderbolts and hope for the best. Is kind of the plan. Um, but it is also a Suicune, so it could be really good, but it's probably not that great. Um, there are better legendaries than Suicune. I'm sorry, they're just are. Um, I like Suicune, right? Don't get me wrong. It's got a really nice design. Okay, so that's 3 lives down. I actually failed Suicune. That's been a pretty unlucky little draw. Um, it doesn't help when the AI is trash, but there you go. What else is new? Although, that's that is quite a thing. Okay, so we have one life left. It is rainy. We are against a water type Pokemon. Our Pokemon is actually paralyzed, which awesome, by the way. And there is a rock fire type on the field. So this could actually be a Suicune fail, which would be quite interesting. But it actually doesn't matter. And I'm still very tempted to just be like, no, I'm taking Swampert. I think I probably will, to be completely honest with you. Because it gets so much good coverage. You have Surf, other moves. That'd be really good. Be really good. Oh my god. That Swampert just spamming defensive move is annoying. Yeah, no, we're not winning this. No way we win this from this position. I refuse to believe. Yeah, we have four knockouts, so we will get blown away by the Suicune. But you don't have to win this one. I do know that. Um, so we get to pick one. We are picking Swampo. I don't think that there's any realm in which we wouldn't. We're going to do one more raid in a moment as well. But we'll show you why that Swampert's really useful in a moment. And like I say, it's really handy that it's the Swampert, because at least it's the same type. Um, yeah, the matter is to get through and get Suicune, but effectively it's already changed anyway. No, that's a perfect name for you. It's almost like it's your actual name. I mean, it's not my actual name, but still, it is a good name for me. I don't have brown eyes either, and I always find that really weird. I'm glad that they added that to Scarlet and Violet because you can edit your eye color before you start the game. And that just seems to make a lot more sense to me um, than whatever reason they had for not doing that in this game. So he's dead. So you know, rock compassion. Um, so we're just going to spam through this, but basically we're just going to tell him that his daughter doesn't want to spend time with him, but we'll do it instead. Which is true, we will be doing that instead, but not until much later on. Um, his lead card, which will tell us a little bit about him. We might do a thing with the lead cards later on, but I'm not really worried about that. Yeah, you go. I'm gonna. He's too much. That man is too much. Right, we're gonna go back in. Um, anything is fine. We're not looking for speakers specifically. It's fine. You can set that. We can shiny hunt it later on, barrel basically. Gonna not invite others. Um, again, it doesn't really matter what you pick here because you have no way of knowing what you're going to be up against. So I just always just pick whatever. Um, and so we kind of, it was a steel type. I'm trying to think what steel type legendaries there are. Heatran? We'll go this way. We will probably have to, yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Well, Gen 3 Pokemon, I want to say. I might be wrong. I could be wrong. I actually don't know. Um, well, it's a good thing I'm not coming up against dark types with this thing, isn't it? Jesus. Um, no, look, I'm look on my phone. Professional and let the animation play out. There's not much of it, but it's fine. Right. Wait. Yeah, Generation 3. See, I was right. What did I doubt myself? Ugh, shocking. Okay. We will, like I said, we will throw balls at every Pokemon that's at least usable. Whalmer falls into that category because Whalmer has a massive amount of HP. So if nothing else, it can be a falling tank, I guess. But um, yeah, yes, again, they're not quite, not, yeah, we are good without it. So that's Lantern and Azurill. Water type Pokemon. We'll go with Lantern. Okay, we might be doing a water type Pokemon run. That would be the funniest thing. Um, Again, all of these Pokemon have reduced shiny odds as well. So if you come across one and at the end, because it doesn't, I don't think it shows you during, if I remember right, you don't see it now, you see it at the end. Um, but yeah, you get an increased shiny odds on all the Pokemon. So we're just gonna whack this thing as much as we can. I'm trying to think. It must be Heatran, the main legendary, which would be really cool, actually. Um, I don't think what there's like Registeel, but that's not in the dens. There's the Ultra Beast ones, but I think you have to do specific things to unlock those. So I don't know. I think it can only be Heatran. Oh, Dialga. Dialga. It could be Dialga or Heatran. Oh, Dialga would be busted. We'll see. No way of knowing, by the way. Just tells you one type. Cool. I'm good without it. We're doing alright with Oranguru. It's good Pokemon. Got some good offense. So we've got Rock, Light and Rock. Oh, I can't tell what those electric is. Bolton. Go ahead. We'll go electric. Bolton's a good Pokemon. And of the ones, those three, that's the one I would more like to use. Just on my phone's notifications that I have a bunch of no, a bunch of updates available for the PCG Pocket. So I will get on that in a minute. But I do that now. Let's do that while we're doing this because it's kind of the professionalism you guys want, I'm sure. And so let me turn it off so you can hear. So this is going to be as loud as my phone will go. This is going to be as loud as my phone will go. This is going to be as loud as my phone will go. This is going to be as loud as my phone will go. This is going to be as loud as my phone will go. This is going to be as loud as my phone will go. This is going to be as loud as my phone will go. This is going to be as loud as my phone will go. This is going to be as loud as my phone will go. This is going to be as loud as my phone will go. This is going to be as loud as my phone will go. This is going to be as loud as my phone will go. This is going to be as loud as my phone will go. This is going to be as loud as my phone will go. This is going to be as loud as my phone will go. This is going to be as loud as my phone will go. This is going to be as loud as my phone will go. This is going to be as loud as my phone will go. This is going to be as loud as my phone will go. This is going to be as loud as my phone will go. This is going to be as loud as my phone will go. This is going to be as loud as my phone will go. This is going to be as loud as my phone will go. This is going to be as loud as my phone will go. This is going to be But no, you can hear that. Anyway, um, maybe it didn't get picked up. So you go, I was saying about my wonder picks, right? Okay, I'll deal with that later. I'm just gonna go like 20 minutes to my stamina regenerate, so I'm out of the way. And look at that, exactly the right amount of time. So Boltund is the evolution of Yampa. Genuinely, when I first saw it evolve into this, I was like, "Oh, that's so cool! That's such a good design." Um, so yeah, really cool Pokemon. So we have at least something that isn't a water type to choose from. So we have a water electric type, a water type, and an electric type, and potentially whatever the steel type legendary is. So it's either I think it's going to be either Dialga or Heatran, and I can't think of what else it could be because I'm under the impression they can't be a um, Ultra Beast. Yeah, so we'll see. We'll see what is it going to be. Heatran. Okay, that would be very cool. That would be very very cool. And honestly, Jesus, of the I'm just gonna stop light screen. There's like nothing really I can do. Of the options that would have been nothing. Of the options there, I think this is the best one, but I can't really see us hiding it. Um, okay. I mean, it's doing so little damage. There's no way we knock this thing out. Yeah, there's no way with this team. Oh, that I don't see Lanzo really carrying this the whole way, but we'll see what happens. I mean, we've got a good option for our second. Yeah, it's already knocked out Sceptile. I mean, we've got 4 lives at least going into this battle, so like I say, we're just grabbing the second one now, and then we're gonna steamroll the game for a bit. Um, yeah, we're never knocking this thing out. I think there's also like a turn limit that you have um, for the Dynamax Adventures per battle. I think it's 10 turns in one battle, and you just default forfeit. But that's okay. We're gonna have some really good firepower going into the main story. And that's the plan, isn't it? Right. I'm gonna hit this thing as hard as we can, and it's gonna do nothing, and it's gonna be very depressing. But we are kind of just stuck in this battle until we finish it. But we will have 2 Pokemon at least to just steamroll the game, which is nice. Yeah, nothing. Yeah, Oranguru not having other types of moves is really, really detrimental to us at the minute. But what can you do? Okay. We just have to sit here and just try. I think it's only knocked out one of our Pokemon as well, so we've got a bit of time. I'm running low on BP already, which is great. It's great. Why would you use Grass Pledge? AI? Why? I mean, if nothing else, it's not really doing any damage to us, so that's good, I guess. They'll just have to knock out one of our teammates. Oh, that's 2 lives gone right there. I think that's 3 now. Yeah, so that'll be 3 now. So we'll have one more faint for the party. It's fine. We got Bolton, so that can be our second. Well, that was with a light screen up. Damn. I suppose it is a huge round. Yeah, it's doing nothing. Right. So my Dynamax ends, so we can put up a light screen again. So that's at least something. We get two more buddies come in. We get one health, one life between us. One health, one life between us. So I'm not going to attack this time. I'm just going to go for a light screen. Like literally the only thing I can do to really help someone doing any damage with this thing. It's never really got anything that would have been able to deal with. Like a ground type Pokemon would have been ideal, honestly. But yeah, what can you do? Right. We get back on the offense. I mean, it's in the red, so perhaps there's not when it's doing X, there's a red. Jesus. This AI is really out to slow me down today. There we go. Right, well, at least that's over with. And we will get Bolton. There is always a chance that Bolton, Lantern, or Whale Mount will be shiny. So we'll check them. Whale's not, Lantern's not, Bolton isn't, but we'll take Bolton anyway. So we now have two level 65 Pokemon with which we're going to tear through the game. So that's pretty cool. And we are going to take a minute once we get back into the main area to go through our moves and stuff like that. But there we go. Yeah, no doubt when we get Heatran, so I will try and come back at some point, no doubt. Right. So yeah, we can box the soul, and we can head back to the mainland. And basically now we can sort of talk a bit more freely about it. The reason we chose Sobble and we wanted to do the Dynamax adventure is because one of the things we get given right at the beginning of the game is an item that boosts the attack of specific types of moves. And it's based on the starter that you pick. So you pick Soul, it's for water type Pokemon. And so with that in mind, we want to be able to pick Soul so that we get that water item for Suicune. Now we didn't end up getting Suicune, we got Swampert instead, which is absolutely fine because it's the same item. So that's actually worked out quite nicely. And with Boltund, we're going to be able to anything that really Swampert might have issues with, Boltund can pick up. So why not? And yeah, it will just give us the opportunity to go to the wild area station. Look at that. It will give us the opportunity to have some fun with these massively over-leveled Pokemon now. So we're gonna go and do that. So yeah, we did briefly see it a few minutes ago. This is a wild area. There are lots and lots of Pokemon here, literally hundreds. It rotates based on sectional weather and dates and all that kind of stuff. There are entire guides online to how to sort of manipulate that and know what's going to load when and all that kind of stuff. I'm not worried about it. I'm going to take some watts. Watts are quite useful. They're very much like the link points in Scarlet and Violet. They allow us to buy additional items and all that kind of stuff. And you can see that the weather's changed as we've moved around. Went from a bit overcast to snowing. And yeah, so what we can do is we can just farm different encounters by being in different biomes and different weathers and all that kind of stuff. And by grabbing a bunch of these dens, we get watts. And these dens allow us to challenge other Pokemon, which will allow us to which will allow us to sort of expand our decks much quicker than we would normally be able to. And anyway, these are the characters we kind of want to see. This guy will sell us champion gear. Not gonna worry about that. This guy here would like sell us different bits and bobs, including you can see some really good moves, pushing pieces which allow you to force an encounter in a den, and special Pokeballs. And there are lots of guys like that knocking around. We're not worrying about that right now. There will be one somewhere with quick balls, which we will want at some point. So yeah, so we are now in the Slowpoke area. This is kind of the next tutorial hub, I'm afraid. But we will honestly be tearing through this now. We've got some we've got some overpowered friends. And while we're at this particular Pokemon Center, we're going to jiggle our moves a bit. Because all the Pokemon that you get through dens have access to your Satisfy League cards, which we're not doing right now, but we will have one at some point. Yeah, so you can jiggle about with the moves, and all the raid Pokemon will have the moves that they could have had up to that point in their arsenal. So you can really sort of customize your Pokemon. So let's go. Remember a move. I will nickname both at some stage, probably in the post game. Which move should I remember? So you've got Earthquake and Surf. We're done. That's it. We're good. So we'll replace Earth Power. It is a physical attacker, but that's fine. I wonder if it's a Waterfall. That's still pretty good. I don't know. What else can you learn? That's pretty good. No, yeah, that's the one. We'll leave Blizzard on there for now. Probably never going to click it, but Surf and Earthquake, that's like so much of the game done. And we'll have a quick look at Bolton. Can't imagine that we're going to need to change too much on either of these, to be honest. What's it called? Rising Thought is Crunch Charm. So we can keep Crunch. It's a physical attacker. I don't want to keep one. I mean, Wild Charge would be really useful. Yeah, let's do that. Chatham Commons will pretty much cover everything. So there we go. Cool. So yeah, she's just basically pointing us in the right direction. And we are about to get the whole reason we could Subtle in a second as well, which would be nice. I have sort of alluded to it. It's nice and that will boost our water type effects, which is pretty cool. I don't know why this doesn't count as a cutscene. To this day, I have no idea. Like, they give you the option to skip cutscenes. That is very clearly a cutscene, but you can't skip it. Makes no sense. Makes no sense to me at all. And here we go. So we're going to see Leon. He's gonna give us an item. It's called Mystic Water. The item he gives you is based entirely on the starter you pick. So if you wanted to do this a slightly different way, pick a different starter and just take a Pokemon from the Dynamax Adventure. But the problem with that becomes if you don't come across one that benefits from that item, which can happen. But hey, what can you do? We're about to see some very illegal things now. Because we're kind of into the end of the tutorial. We've got ourselves actually. It's only going to be the two of them for the longest time now. I'm gonna start flying through this really. And one thing I will say, I know that the meta is to not Dynamax when you can, but I might for a giggle. People said we don't have enough rude rivals and beads right there. It's just like such a dude. It's also nepotism, baby. Think about it. So we're going to pick the number 216. It's not actually my lucky number. My lucky number is 13, but whatever. 216 is a reference to Cleveland, Ohio, which is where my favorite band in the world originates, which is the Mighty Mushroom Head. If you're wondering. So now we go to the Buddy Drop In. I promise we're nearly done with the intro stuff, and we're just going to start tearing through stuff in a minute. There will still be some unskippable battles, some unskippable dialogue, but the battles themselves are going to take very long at all. Oh, that reminds me, I need to give Slowpoke the Mystic Portal. Do that now. Do that now. So to give a Pokemon an item in this game, you select the Pokemon, go held item, open your bag, you find the item you want to give it. So I think it's, yeah, there we go. Make it an already broken Pokemon just that little bit more broken. So yeah, we're in. Why does it look like that guy's still on a really curly poo? Like really? What that looks like to me? Yeah. Intrusive thoughts. um, so this is a bit more of a lore dump. Short version. I'm not in the mood. I'm not in the mood because this is all wrong. This is proven to be wrong later on in the game. It's fine. Right. Um, so yeah, this is basically the game now. We are going to occasionally get interrupted by battles, but they're going to be the unfairest battles in the history of forever. So this guy has a Zigzagoon, which I think is level 6, 7, somewhere like that. It's quite low. 9. We're level 65, so we might win. We might win. We won. There's no stupid. You get almost no experience from a lot of these battles, but it just makes them infinitely easier. Um, we just hit with the stuff, and it's can do some damage. Oh no, we might not survive. Anyway, there was an attempt at doing a speed run in what's called Red Bar, I think. I think they still call it that anyway. And it's where your Pokemon's health is down in red, and it speeds up, very slightly speeds up the attack animations and stuff like that. And that's all well and good and whatnot, but it doesn't work in this game because after every important battle, well, quite a lot of the important battles, they heal you, much to the chagrin of many, many speedrunners. Um, so yeah, the more you know. I'm just going to click Earthquake and it's going to knock out all 3 of them, but that's just hilarious to me. That didn't even do any damage. That's so funny. Anyway, so yeah, so I killed everyone, including Hops, Voodoo, which is fine. You know, it's kind of the point. There's a battle later on in this game where you fight a guy with steel type Pokemon. I'm really looking forward to that now. Take me 2 seconds to do. Again, this doesn't count as a cutscene. Don't ask me how. No idea how this is not a cutscene. No idea why this is not skippable, and so much of the other dialogue is. But there we go. Sorry. You can now call that night and fast forward the day a little bit more. We are so nearly to the point when we start tearing through stuff. I have a quick stand up and shake my legs out so if I sound further away from my microphone, that's because I am. Shake all that out. Let the blood run into my butt. So yeah, the opening ceremony. Yeah, I'm not letting you escort me, man. I can walk. Yeah, school. The opening ceremony is skipped. Really nice. It's like one of the actual cutscenes that gets skipped. We also get a little bit of a prize for attending this, which would probably have been quicker to do all this bit first, but eh, they're quite like bullying people. So we're going to see our character run off to the right, get changed, run back, and then the cutscene just ends. Number 216, represent, and drum roll. Skip the cutscene. So yeah, you do in that cutscene you get to see most of the gym leaders, not all of them, but most of them. This guy here is not important at all. He's definitely not gonna come up again and again throughout the story. He's definitely not anyone connected to anyone that we've already seen, and you definitely haven't already seen him actually in the opening cutscene of the game or anything like that. He's definitely not important. And definitely not kind of the villain. I mean, he is all of those things. We know the sun's just the meaning. Um, yeah, I know the first is Turtle. Oh, believe me, I know. Right, so now we can go and do the gym challenge. We've started, we're underway. We have so the first loop is this middle section. We're going to absolutely tear through that. There's nothing going to stop us. We get the ability to fly now, which is nice. So anywhere we've already been, we get to be able to fly back to. So at any point, if we decided we wanted to go and do some more max raid adventures, we could go and do that. We're not going to do that. Not yet, anyway. We also still have to run everywhere, which is really slow. But it's fine. So now we have to battle hop. This is going to be quite a tricky battle. I'm going to stop making that joke. But yeah, no, Hop's our most full character in this game by some way. He's like, yeah, we're definitely gonna have a really tough battle, and there's just me with my level 65 busted team. So that's Wooloo down. So that's Corbane. I'm just gonna knock her out. this is where people complain about those interjected um, dialogue boxes, where it's just like, I knew you knew about what's names, super effective type motels and all that. It's like, dude, we get what they were going for. It's fine. Right. Let's repeat down. And we defeat it. Nice, straightforward. He gives you a lead card. The lead card things, I don't know if that ever really caught on. I certainly didn't go out my way to collect a lot from other players. But, I ended up with a few. Mostly like people I battled or traded with. Just suppose is the point, but we are going to try and skip a bunch of the battles, but there are a couple of forced ones here. I thought I was going to get past them. I needed to turn left, is what I needed to do. I'm going to beat up this little girl. Beating up small children is one of my favourite pastimes anyway, but it's fine. It's fine. Just Panchan. I have a Panchan plushie somewhere. I turned around to look for it. I don't know if you could hear that, I actually did that, but I can't see it. It is there. I have a number of plushies. I do intend to collect a whole bunch more in the coming years, but it's fine. We'll get there. Monkeys, kids, and so I don't need to them. Go away. Go away, kid. So yeah, she introduces you to the concept of not consumerism. Anyway, basically the Rose Empire is too big. It's like a conglomerate and all this kind of stuff. He owns loads of stuff, including that building that was shown in a cutscene that is important enough not to be able to skip it, but not so important that you actually get to go there. So, also, when you return to this room later on, there's a Pokemon will spawn here. It's just some random Pokemon. It's not anything special or legendary or anything like that, but the fact that it's just not there is wild to me. So we can't skip this kid, so we are going to have to beat him up. Beat him up and take his lunch money. So Scizorpede. This is a fire type Pokemon introduced in this generation as it goes. And the last when I dry run this, Scizorpede is the Pokemon I ended up with. And I tore through so much of the game with Scizorpede and I can't remember the other Pokemon I got. But I think I just mainly relied on Scizorpede. There you go. But yeah, Swampert is going to do 90% of the work. Anything that's like got water absorb or anything like that will swap to Bolton for, but should be fine. We've got Earthquake as well, so like I say, Bolton is just there as an insurance policy. We're not necessarily going to need it. Like I say, the speedrun methods to use sweeping and just to tear through the game, which we are going to do. We're not worrying about catching all the Pokemon right now, but I started keeping pace with the team guy. Let's get that. That's okay. Well, Cassandra, we've got a Diglett. Diglett, this is the Gen 1 Pokemon Diglett. It does also have a regional variant that we will see a lot of later on in this playthrough. But for now, we're just doing the quick route through the main game. So we'll be doing all the Isle of Armor and Tundra stuff probably later on, but that won't be today. That'll be another day. I just absolutely demolishing this team for no reason. just nothing that this team can do to us. I want to let Bolton do the next sort of force battle, if that is the one I'm thinking of. We'll see. I know we can skip this guy, but I have to be right. Yeah, cool. We'll skip that guy. Yeah, here's the next force battle. Okay, 1 second. And let Bolton have a shine for a minute. Grab the sign as well. So yeah, this is Bede. He's one of the rivals for the game. He also goes on quite an interesting journey throughout the game, where he starts off as a rival and ends in a very different position. Kind of a parallel to Sonia's journey, where she's kind of a bit flighty and a bit ditzy, but she becomes much more important later on. He starts off one thing and ends up another thing. It's pretty cool. But he has psychic type Pokemon, so we swapped to Bolton, because I remember Bolton had Crunch. So this will be a cakewalk. And give Bolton some springtime. How often do you get to see Bolton and a Swampert absolutely not Pokemon Sword? I can't imagine that that's happened a lot. You know, I was quite lucky with those particular draws in the max rate then, and that's what makes this like so fun a strategy. You just kind of go and see what you get given and just tear through it. And I'm also a big believer in egg runs, but I will be doing that at some point. Not yet. Dirt for Shield and Violet. Those will be the games to do it for. But that's future stuff. That's future stuff. I've got a whiteboard above my home office desk because I do a lot of writing, as I alluded to. And on it, there's a to-do list that just says tidy the desk because my desk absolutely looks like some sort of atrocity's been committed on it, which is hilarious to me. There we go. So we beat up Bede. I think we're good to just go into the badge. No, there's a little bit more dialogue we have to do before the badge actually saying that. There's very few required battles now for a while. We get one with Hob. So we got this little bit of dialogue, and then there's another bit of dialogue in Imogen. So we are steamrolling for the first thing and towards the 2 hour mark. That is so much longer than I thought it was going to be. Okay, we'll be at 3 badges in like no time at all. I don't know what the world record is for this particular speedrun, but yeah, I'm sure if I took the forward and sent it off to speedruns at the end, I'd place. I don't think there's more than sort of 40 have placed for it. But we'll see. We'll see. Again, if you wanna try something like this, I would thoroughly recommend it. It's a lot of fun to just muck around with these games. So we're gonna go talk to Sonia. She's gonna give us a bit more lore dumping. And it's definitely gonna be a very subtle, not so subtle reference to real world places. I think this item is quite important. For some reason, oh no, it's just X thing. We don't need that, but yeah, we have it. And yeah, so she's going to tell us all about the giant troop stone Martin Martian guy thingy in the background there. And there are real geoglyphs like this in the UK, which is obviously where this is based, it's where I'm from, and it's quite an important thing to our folklore and mythology. And the same is true for this particular game. There's a lot of focus on the folklore and mythology of the region, as there should be, as there should be. And I really appreciate that. Little touches of these like glyphs that kind of look like Stonjourner and all that kind of stuff, which is a Pokemon, which we will see. But yeah, we're not doing that right now. We're going to let Bolton just absolutely steamroll this gym. Hop's gone and done the gym in the few seconds that we were talking to Sonia about Darkest Days and giant fork men and whatnot. So we're going to go do that now. Oh, let's talk to this guy. He gives us Pokeballs. That's his whole thing. He's a little guy. He's very popular for some reason. Sure. So each gym has a quick gym mission before the main gym battle. This one is all about herding Wooloo. It's a play on British farming industry, basically. Because herding sheep is a competitive thing in some parts of the UK, and I think even in parts of Europe. I know it's a big deal. I'm probably underselling that, but yeah, it's important to a lot of people, and that's really cool. I think having things that are different that you're passionate about is really cool. So this guy is what's his name? I can't remember. No, there you go. See, I still remember that. That's my boy's name. Crazy. Anyway, there's a guy I saw on social media collects Dan cards from the Pokemon TCG, which is sure. You know what? That's actually brilliant. Why not give recognition to a very low demand character? So we're going to go this way. I think if you do this right, you can skip battles. I think. I'm not sure. I know there's one or two you can skip. I'm not sure if this particular trainer moves. No, okay. So we're going to be on this trainer. It won't take us long. We're hideously overpowered and or not. You can tell Christmas is getting on because I started getting adverts from Amazon on my phone. Hey, you looked at this particular thing, and it's just like a random thing I was looking at because I was thinking about a particular friend or loved one or whatever. And yeah, so I was saying, no, I'm not interested in that anymore. Thank you very much. Christmas has been on. Not made of money. I'm going to wait for that gambler to go around. Like, we're not going down the middle. We're going to go down the side behind it. So then we can skip battle. There you go. Honestly, I've never seen that happen before. Yeah, Dozy. Yeah, the longest part of this gym is the gym code. I do also like that this animation has made it into the not posting, the credits of the game. They reused it a few times, which is really nice. Really deserves it. It's the MVP of Sword and Shield. I said that for the trainer and I stand by it. So there we go, we've done the gym task. We've herded the Wooloo. We're now going to go and beat up the gym leader. And the gym leaders are all kind of similar in this game, where you have they lead with one Pokemon that have like one or two extras, and then they'll have their H Pokemon, which is the one that they can Dynamax. And yeah, so Milo has two Pokemon. We only have two Pokemon, so it's a fair fight, really, if you think about it. If I'd only bought one, if I'd only bought Suicune, we'd be at a massive disadvantage because he's a grass type. Obviously, being a grass type England. Such a troll. Uh, um, so yeah, we're gonna squash him. It's fine. There are certain Pokemon that will take 2 hits to kill later on as we get a bit further into the story, but for now we're just gonna, Bolton's got this. I think Bolton will do this gym and the next gym, and then we'll switch back to Swampert. But yeah, so well, Bolton's here. It's going to tell us about Dynamax, but we're not going to need it. It's going to click Crunch and we're going to win. That's the plan. I was going to Dynamax Swampert and use Blizzard. Just sort of hee hee ha ha of it being super effective, but it's fine. It's fine. This is his ace. He's going to Dynamax it. It's just a Dynamax Pokemon. There's no sort of a gimmick here. It's a bigger version of the same Pokemon. There are Pokemon with the Gigantamax form that we'll see as the game progresses, but not in the first couple of badges. I think the third badge is the first time you see one. But yeah, we're absolutely tearing for this. So. Cool. Great. Right, so we have our first badge. It will not be long until we have our second and third. Size of him, So now we can catch and train Pokemon up to level 25, which means we can improve our team. We're gonna have so much fun with that. Right. Don't know why they make everyone walk so slow in this game. Right. So we're done with this gym. We're done with this town, kind of. But we will be coming back here for something later on, but we don't need it now, so it's fine. But we are done for the moment. And we're gonna head to the spot behind there. There are lots of items and TMs and stuff I can come back for, but I don't see them straight away. I'm just gonna forget. We're gonna fight these. This won't take long. I think it's double battle, which is I feel sorry for them. Gillian and Cam, or Gillian and Cam. Yeah, it's a double battle. So yeah, we've won this. We're gonna go crunch on you, and we'll go surf. Oh, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. There's so much damage. The only thing about surf and earthquake is that it is obviously just hits everyone. There is a gift Pokemon that we're coming up on, but we're going to skip it for the time being. Mostly because I don't want to go through the rigmarole of having to actually swap these around now. So I'm not putting myself in any unnecessary trouble. But yeah, there's a gift Pokemon you can get from this building here. We're not going to right now. Um, and we're finally far enough to get the bike, which will speed up our movement significantly. Um, there are ways to improve it even further, but for now, it's such a big upgrade that we don't really need to worry about it. So he's got 6 again, obviously fine. Just going to knock out this Pokemon real quick. And once we got the bike, we will move significantly faster. And the cool thing about that is that it means that we'll be able to get from point A to point B that much quicker. So we'll really start to move. Um, yeah, so that's the first team yell grunt dealt with. And one more to deal with. How many Pokemon has this guy got? It's got Sableye. It's a great Pokemon, I like, and I will protect Sableye. It's just the one. That's fine. So Sableye up until Gen 6 didn't have a super effective weakness, which is crazy to me that they ever did that. Um, but yeah, there's a yeah, there's a type pretty much every type is weak against and strong against, and it's kind of like paper scissors rock. But then you start mixing types, and you can get some interesting results. And in Gens 2 through 5, yeah, 5, there was no fairy type. And the reason that that's important is because dark types are weak to fairy types. So in Gen 5 and previous gens, when there's like Pokemon like Sableye and Spiritomb, Ghost and Dark, they actually have no super effective weakness, which is nice. But anyway, he's just telling us how the bike works. Um, the bike is, yeah, it's going to be our main method of transportation for the rest of the game, in effect. Do we have a hot battle soon? Yeah, we do. I couldn't think if it was this bridge. Um, yeah. He hasn't got the memo yet. The memo being that I'm going to crush him and his dreams every time I see him. So we're gonna just take out everything. You'll start to see the time between badges will drop significantly now. Like we took 2 hours to get our first badge. We'll have the second one really soon. Um, and then we've got Rabu, which is Score Bunny's evolved form. It's also my favourite design of that trio, actually. I love Score Bunny, and Sterace is pretty cool. But Rabu is just so edgy. It's just so edgy. He also looks kind of loosely looks like a Naruto character, but I have no context for Naruto, so I looked it up. I was like, oh yeah, pretty good. And I know what Naruto is. You got me even stronger. Yeah, I wonder how. Right, back on our bike. And there we go. So yeah, this is kind of it now. We're kind of past all the weirdly sort of specific things that we had to do, and we're now just at the point where we just get to bully children and young adults the rest of the That's the thing. I don't know why it's just on taking you off your bike every now and then. That is annoying. This is Rose. He's dressed down a little bit since we last saw him. That's Oliana, who's his assistant, and that's Bede, who's his pen boy. And, they're talking about something. This is also the first time in the game that we're going to be able to get a lucky egg. There is a side quest here where you can get a lucky egg. We're not going to bother with it because we don't need one. But if you're looking to trade up Pokemon, there's a good reason to grab a lucky egg. Train up Pokemon, evolve. Um, so because I know what we're dealing with, we're going to swap to Boltons. We'll be fine because we'll outspeed absolutely everything anyway. We'll go down here and we can do a little boost, make us move a bit quicker. And we go all the way over here to where Nessa is. And again, another very popular character amongst the weebs. And yeah, so she's the gym leader. And we are going to go and do her gym. I think there's a TM around there somewhere. I will go and fight for the TMs at some point, but for now, not overly worried about it. We'll go through. So her gym challenge is different to the previous gym challenge, where we were having Lulu. We now have to solve a water puzzle, which is pretty cool. I think by 7, they've run out of ideas. Because bad 8 is just double battles. Which is a shame, really, but like, yeah, I can kind of see why there was. Yeah, there's some repetition if you play both versions, anyway. They just tells you the aesthetic of some of the two of the puzzles. Which I will point out when we get there. Here's them again. And he's just telling us what to do with. Press the button to make the wall stop running. That's it. Quite a lot of these battles are forced, but again, it's fine. We're going to absolutely demolish. Demolish these trains. I don't even have to use the electric mirrors. That's the thing. So I'm not going to use one charge. Oh, it's healless. Look at that. Healless. That's nice. Anyway, we're just going to do this. Okay. So press this button and there's still water from one right to that basically is the puzzle summarized. So you have to have a look at what you want to do ahead of time. Just going to turn that off. We can go through here and up here. And this button is put here, it's potentially pressing it, but it would actually block your path to do that. So we want to actually go around first. So this is going to battle this girl. Like, you have to get past it twice. I don't necessarily think it's possible. Anyway, I was just battling a lot of these. It's a Krabby, it's a Gen 1 Pokemon, it's literally a crab. Anyone ever tells you that the Pokemon designs have gotten worse over time, show them a picture of Krabby, and show them a picture of a real crab. Be like, explain this to me. And Corfish. Another crustacean, I think it's supposed to be shrimp or something. I'm not actually sure. I'm not actually sure what it's supposed to be, but anyway, it's good enough. So yeah, we're tearing through these battles now, so we're really doing the thing. So yeah, I've labelled this as not quite a speed run, and that's because I don't intend to fully do all of it today. I want to do as much of it as I can manage, but there is definitely a mental limit to what I didn't mean to do it. What I'm capable of doing, just physically from a voice point of view. So I did say when we get to like 1:30, 2 o'clock, somewhere like that, UK time, I'll reevaluate where I'm at. Yeah, that's my fault. I wasn't really paying attention. I'll reevaluate where I'm at and we'll sort of make a decision from there. But at the moment, it's looking pretty much like we'll be good halfway through the game, which is wild to me, by the way. If we are more than halfway through the game, then perhaps I will just go for it. But there's so much in the way. So much in the way. We get Thunder Fang, which I think is a TM you can get at one point from Boltons. Then I will run that rather than Water Charge. I don't want to run Spark because I don't think it's a very good mate. But I did that exact thing last time. That's the mistake I made before. See, so I would have blocked myself in. Right, so we need to go this way. Push that. Go this way. Push that. Turn that big one off. Let's go. Oh, yeah. Well, I messed up. Yeah, I messed up. How have I messed this up? Right, hold on. I've just seen. Okay, let me put that one back on. What's down here? That button down here? No. I'm so confused. That's right. So yeah, I need to move the red one. Yeah, no, I was right. I was being daft. See, I was doing it that way. See, you've got to trust in yourself sometimes. You move that one, you go around the red one. Around the red one. You turn this red one. And then we hit the blue one. There we go. And we now have a gym battle going. Now, every time I've ever faced Nessa in the standard playthrough, she has been the most problematic because I always choose Core Body. And so, yeah, I very rarely get to her gym in a complete sense of I can deal with water type Pokemon. The first time I played this game, she actually beat me up quite a few times. Some people are into that, and fair enough, I guess. But yeah, I'd rather not get beaten up, to be honest with you. Um, if anyone's going to do the beating, it'll be me. Wait a minute. Oh dear. Um, this will be our second badge. So that's pretty cool. And we are going to die back because I don't want to take the wild charged recoil. I want to do as much damage as possible. So it'd be pretty cool. Really cool. So next up is 3 Pokemon. So these are the gold team. This generates from 1 Pokemon and it's literally just a goldfish. Again, the whole narrative of the designs have gotten so bad over time. Like really? Really? Yeah. So Dynamaxing makes Pokemon big. Gigantamaxing changes their form. Not all Pokemon have Gigantamax forms. I think that's an oversight. I think all Pokemon in this generation should have gotten. I get it, and that would have been a ton more work, but High Shadow Gaming, I hope you're alright. We are steamrolling badges at the minute. So let's go Dean down. Yeah, I'm doing okay. Thank you for asking. My voice is starting to go because I'm relatively new to this. I'm not going to lie. But yeah, no, seeing out the new year, doing something silly, and trying my hand at a slightly faster method of Pokemon Sword and Shield. Although I didn't get Suicune. I was disappointed with it. I don't know why. I did kind of want to try and follow the speedrun guide as close as possible. There you go. So she's got a Dynamax her Dreadnought. Dreadnought does have a Gigantamax form. I'm not entirely sure why she doesn't use it here, but she does use it in a rematch, which is nice. And we will get to see that rematch a little bit later on in the run. We'll see. I love Dreadnought's design, it's so cool. Yeah, I've beaten both games multiple times with all the DLC. And so I was saying earlier, the speed run method changed when the DLC came out. So that's the one I'm trying. And as you can see, I have Bolton and Swampert. They're both from the match raids. And they're just, it took a little time. Oh, all three with a different starter. Nice, nice. Do you have a preference for starter then? Can I ask while we're on the subject? I personally prefer Score Bunny for the record. Not that I'm trying to influence you or anything like that, but there is a correct answer here. um, my friend would have said Sobble, to be honest with you. But we'll see. See what you say. So we got TM for Whirlpool. Is it going to be not useful at all, actually, thinking about it? We'll see the water uniform. And we're done with this gym in this turn. Oh, nice. Do you know what? I actually caught a shiny Mewtwo on Ultra Sun either yesterday or the day before. I've been soft reset hunting it on there, and I posted about it on my Instagram, um, which was it was such a weird moment because you kind of don't expect it. Thank you for the follow. Um, yeah, I got got a shiny Mewtwo yesterday, the day before. I posted about it. I'll share a link in a minute. But yeah, I was just like casually restarting. You don't really you know you're going to see something like that, but you don't expect it. I'm now lost. Where am I going? Oh yeah, back here. See, I've got to go to the don't even have a shiny charm by the way. Really, that's good. On Ultra Sun I do. On Ultra Sun I have a shiny charm. It's actually my original save file from launch. I never overwrote that one. I do all challenges and stuff that I do through Ultra Moon. So yeah, my Ultra Sun is like got the shiny charm, all decks, all that good stuff. But yeah, it's always nice to get a non-shiny charm shiny on occasion as well. Um, yeah, it would be nice to get one in this playthrough, but I can't see it happening. Especially as I'm kind of at the point now where I'm just avoiding battles if I can, and just trying to do it as quickly as possible. But yeah, when you do the raid Pokemon on here, there's a chance to early shiny, so that was about as good a chance to get one as I could get, I suppose. Are you hunting anything at the moment? Yeah, the TM for its Javier. I might actually get the one for Bolton. Even better. I know I'm starting hunting in Legends of Arceus. Oh, I love that game. I do. That is something I'm going to be covering on this channel at some stage. I've been playing a lot of Scarlet, and yesterday I was streaming and got a Squawkabilly shiny, um, which is without shiny charm, but with the boost you get from. Oh no, it's Violet. It was with the boost you get from outbreaks. Yeah, I'm playing through Scarlet on here, and I'm posting the the VODs on YouTube. So I have to say I'll be live every Sunday again, just because I've had the time down from the day job off today. How far are you invited? Have you finished all that, done the DLC, all that kind of stuff? We got beat again. Oh, I was just asking you yeah, where you were in Violet. Yeah, I don't know if that's my connection. It says it's all right on my bit rate, but you never know with Twitch. Nice, nice. Yeah, I finished Scarlet just once. I've got Violet as well, and I've run through that a couple of times, and I'm doing a shiny badge quest in my free time on that. I've got 10 badges at the minute, which it's crazy how quickly or long those hunts can take. But it's either like 2 seconds or 2 hours. There's no middle ground. Are you looking forward to Legends CA? To ask. Haven't heard much about it yet, but and I'm avoiding the usual leakers because they're always full of it. Oh, nice, nice, nice. Do you know, I had that happen. I had something like that happen to me. I started a save file on Arceus on my girlfriend's Switch um, because my boy was using mine, and I went into the first area after the tutorial bits, and immediately heard the shiny sparkle sound, and I was like, "Oh, where's that?" And it was shiny Starly. It was like literally my fifth Pokemon call or something like that. I was like, "Oh, that's so cool." Yeah, I've got a few shinies now. It's just a couple. And yeah, that's been dealt with. Oh, that's one I haven't got, you know. I do want Fido. I haven't actually seen it shiny. I'm not entirely sure what it looks like. Um, nice, nice. It's always nice when you get a shiny really early into a playthrough. Like it's happened to me on a couple of occasions. I got a shiny Rattata on Fire Red years ago. Years ago now. I don't have that Rattata anymore, but yeah, I came across it in Route 2, I think it was. The one before Viridian Forest, sorry. Um, yeah, got a shiny Rattata there. Good times. Um, yeah, it's always nice to get an early one. Then you can just have it in your team. You mix up your team to include it, and always feels a bit like an unplanned sort of randomness to it all. And we're avoiding so these little balls on the floor are actually a Pokemon. This Galarian Stunfisk. So we're avoiding them around that. Critical. Not really useful for us right now, nearly. I didn't know that that was a Pokemon the first time I played this. Real story. I went to pick up thinking it was just like a strangely not hidden item. Like maybe you needed something for it and it was going to tell you what you needed. And so I walked towards it and the thing closed shut. I was like, "Oh, hello." Um, Pretty funny. Right. So we've got to take on another couple of Team Yell grunts. Um, we are probably going to accidentally murder I know we've got both on now, so since then we're probably going to end up knocking out Hop's Pokemon, but it's sort of crunch. Even though it's not effective, it's still going to be far too much. Um, Doing a ranked battle right now in Shield. What is ranked like? At all in a minute. I haven't. I played a bit of ranked on Sword and Shield when it was first out before the DLC, but I haven't touched ranked in a long time. I can't imagine that it's anything but same old these days. It was nice in the Zelda days because people used to like experiment with things a bit more. But once like DLCs came out and the usual suspects were back in, it's kind of that was it. The punishment coming up. It will be okay to take a bit of damage there. Not really coil. Yeah. So the third badge is a fire type badge. We do want to swap Pokemon, so just make it a bit quicker. Um, Maybe I'll run off. Hop runs off. We're gonna swap Pokemon quickly. And we're off. Hoping to get this one in time for my boy money. This is a drill burst of generation 5 Pokemon, which means it came in black and white. It's also one of the Pokemon that was speedrun meta for this game for a minute. Was that and Arcanine. What's my favourite Pokemon? It's a really basic answer, unfortunately. It's Charizard. I know. But I'm OG. I grew up with Gen 1. I think a close second would probably be something like you see, there's so many fire types I love. I love fire type Pokemon. If I was like a gym leader, be fire type. But yeah, no, Charizard's my favorite. I think I think if I had oh, that's a really good pick. That's a really good pick. His shiny is amazing. I went on I went on a hunt. I went on a hunt to find that shiny, and it's so good, so worth the wait. Um, I actually think I prefer the Hisuian Zoroark to regular. I was never really a fan of Zoroark initially, but the Hisui one is so good, so good. I think my favorite regional would be Aladdin, uh, Primer and Muck. They're just so good. Just love their design. It's such a simple change. They're just I love that little guy. Um, just a little dude, you know. Do you have a? I have to ask, seeing as we're on the topics of favorite and whatnot Pokemon, do you have a favorite non-variant Pokemon? So obviously Zoroark is your favorite Pokemon, but if there weren't regional variants, what would it then be? It opens up the third of the badges, by the way, now, so we can go and do a nice rest, and then we can go get the third badge. There's a meeting. Oh, I activated my bike at the wrong time. Caroline, not very sweet. Oh dear. We are going to absolutely steamroll the next badge with this guy. No way. I love Slowpoke. Such a good fight. Head for a few more hours in the morning as well, because I think there's another one that we can't avoid. Went the wrong way. So that's two to do. That's fine. So we're not doing the exact speedrun meta, it's just doing this reasonably quick pace. I mean, we've gone from one badge for the first 2 hours because we've got to the Dynamax Adventures to having two badges in 2.5 hours. So it's like taking us 30 minutes to get two badges, which is crazy fast. You can't get rid of Zygarde. Zygarde's so good. Is it 50% or 100% in Gen? Yeah, I'm not surprised. Zygarde's such a good Pokemon. Is it the 100% form or is it the 50%? I think it is. Like 10, 50, and 100% or something. Complete, how do they call it? 50%. Cool, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I think 100% is only like if it has a certain ability or something. I don't really remember. But no, I used the ability in 100%. Yeah, yeah, that's right. I used 10% one in Sun and Moon because you got the gift one. So I used that for ages. Oh, it was really quite good. Um, really great design as well. Um, big fan of any doggo Pokemon. Um, with actually, you know what I think about my favorite regional variant. I think about is Julian and Barrett. Just cute. Oh, I tell you what, if you I'll drop my on that as well. I'll drop my what's the name? Instagram in the thing. If you follow me on that, I will give you a shout and we'll arrange something. Okay. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, I think it might be my connection. But that's my Instagram account. If you go and give me a follow, I am planning to hunt Zygarde at some point. Ah, okay. Well, keep it on here, and I'll be doing it on here at some point. I want to do all the shiny legendaries at some stage. Um, but yeah, the Zygarde one is quite. Oh, I have Discord as well. I don't think I have a page set up or anything like that. But yeah, do you know what? I don't even really know how. I know how Discord works. Like, I've used it a little bit, but I don't use it enough. So let me show. Okay. Uh, what's your Discord name? Can add you by username. So again, yeah, I'll give you a on there now on sort of only half having to pay attention to the battles here because I mean let's be fair, poor Marnie here doesn't have a like you'll see an invite by Malachi216. That's my old gamer tag from a few years ago. Um, so that's me. we'll sort that out. Because I do want to. There's a number of the shiny legendaries I want, and I know that Zygarde's elusive. Cheers. Thank you very much. But yeah, Zygarde's quite elusive, and that's what I do need to do at some stage. So yeah, believe me, I know the fear. Um, like I said, I got Mewtwo yesterday. My next targets are Kyogre and Groudon, but then once I've got those two, pivot to Zygarde. I think that's probably like the big one from this gen. Oh, oh, yeah, away, away. Oh, there we go. So let's do the hunting shiny Eevee and Dynamax hunting Zygarde. That that is the right way to do it. To be honest, Eevee's such a nice shiny anyway. It jumps out, and the Dynamax it's such a good shiny rate. Although I say that, I got my first Dynamax shiny this year. I think it was in the summer, and I done them on and off the entire time that the game's been out. I just never got a Brave Adventure shiny until this year. Then I got like four in a row. I'm shiny Umbreon and one Sylveon too. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I I fully get that. Umbreon's amazing shiny. I really like the blue. Um, I think of this evolution is the worst shiny is Espeon. It stands out. Don't get me wrong. Yeah, go ahead. What's your team for Shield? What are we running? Would you like to hear about teams? I'm a big builder of teams myself. Do a lot of breeding. I mean, you can see my team on the sword is Swampert and Boltons. It doesn't need to be that team. Um, right. Shiny Talonflame, Zygarde, Cosmo Dusk Form, Urshifu, Shiny Lucario, Shiny Charizard. Of those, there's actually one I would swap around because Talonflame and Charizard pretty much is the same role. And so I'm just trying to think, so what have you got? You got Flying Fire, Dragon Ground, and three of them are level 100. Yeah, I know. No, I don't know. Fine. Which Urshifu are you running? Which one of the two? For the record, I prefer the water type, so no, that's a hot take or not. No idea. But I prefer the water. I have the yellow that doesn't fit in the yellow one. Yeah, 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 that's really good. I think I prefer the Lunala design. I prefer the new Lunala design and the Cosmo. I think it just looks nicer. The Solgaleo one, I don't know, it looks a bit clunky to me. Um, it's nice. I prefer Solgaleo normally. Don't get me wrong. Where's the? I hate it. But yeah, I actually said about that. I actually said about that yesterday when I was streaming. I'm just going to knock these out because you get a point going in, and I can just rack up 5 points that way. But the because of that, I have 5 points. Keep the items. Absolutely keep the items for sure. Because, and I'll say this: there are certain times that if a Pokemon will not get in the ball, it just isn't worth the stress. So absolutely keep the items. But yeah, the those website shinies, man, they're doing my head in. But if I had If I kept all of mine, I'd probably have a full shiny Lemondex at this point because I've had so many of them. There's just no way. Oh, look at this little guy! Little guy! Little guy! I'm just gonna throw a ball at Litwick. I'm not gonna necessarily worry about it, but it's Litwick. I was going away about keeping hands on the one. What I did is I started putting them all in a separate box, and then I'll go into home and mass release them once I've taken the items off them because I don't wanna be part of the problem. It does. Litwick is I love Litwick. It's easily my favourite ghost type Pokemon. It might be one of my favourite Gen 5 Pokemon. And I don't mean Chandelure, I literally mean Litwick. This thing is so cute. A few years back, I was in Birmingham, and there was a girl with a Litwick plushie. I've never been so jealous in my life. Have you seen the newest Pokemon anime? No, I watched. Last one I watched was X and Y, and then I started watching Sun and Moon, and I just couldn't finish it. I do want to watch the one with that Ash. I do want it. It's on Netflix. Okay, that's my to do list for the rest of the day. Sort it out then. Once I'm done with this, I'll go and start catching up on the old it's journeys, isn't it? That's what it's called. Oh, Horizons. Yeah, no, I'll look that up because it does look really good. And obviously they've just done the shiny um, Rayquaza event in Scarlet Violet for that, which I did get a shiny for, so I was quite happy with that. I think I just have to win this battle and then we're done with this particular bit. Oh, I wish there was an item you could get Pokemon that would prevent flinching, like smelling salts or something. Oh man, that sucks. Well, I tell you what then, we'll hunt that. I'll arrange that with you on Discord. We'll arrange that on Discord and we'll hunt that. Because you can get it through Dynamax Adventures and you can get it through um, Ultra Worm Balls on Sun Moon. Oh, I haven't even got, I think I don't even have that in a minute. I don't feel like push that zero or is that the one that you have to do the race for? Because I'm maybe thinking of something else. There was a limited time shiny that I did miss. Can't think if it was that one or not. That's the panda looking guy, isn't it? I think I have that one actually. There was one other one that I missed. What's the other one I missed? There was one I missed by like a day. Happens. Um, yeah, no, Rayquaza you can get in other methods. There's a few ways to get it. Unfortunately, you can't get it in uh, my brain's gone completely blank. Grass. Oh, you can get it in Brilliant Diamond Shine Pup. You can get Rayquaza there. You just have to stop freestyling it in the Ramdas Park. I think it takes forever, but that's the other way you can get it. It's like a not like a tough way to get it, but it is a way for sure. But yeah, good luck with that. That's one I have to do at some point. I'm not looking forward to it. Oh, I have the event. I have it already on my save file. I'm all ready to go. I just haven't started doing it. It's just, oh man, honestly, it's just like, yeah, I'm good. I love Cabu's team, by the way. Ninetales with Drought as the lead. Ooh, good stuff. Arcanine, ooh, good stuff. Look at the puppy. I love fire type Pokemon. Honestly, if I would be the fire type gym leader in the region. for sure steamroller this dude. Yeah, Hisuian Arcanine and Growlithe are definitely cuter, to be fair. I I really like the typing as well. Fire Rock really works for me. I think that's like really cool. Um, I will say, um, I probably I prefer the Growlithe Hisuian, but the Arcanine I can go either way. But for sure, the Growlithe it's just so cute. When I first saw it, you know that meme from Brooklyn Nine-Nine where Rose has got the dog and she's like, if anything happens to this dog, I'll kill everyone in this room and then myself. It was that, but they obviously just pasted Hisuian and Growlithe's head onto the dog, and I just thought that was just so true. Um, so yeah, I have 2.5 books of shinies. Yeah, I guess like that. I guess like that. It's a really good game for it. No alphas yet. I don't think I ever. I will be returning to Legends in the new year, which is tomorrow. Which is in the new year, but I mean like some point in January. And I'll be returning to that because I wanted to catch um, all the alphas in the game. And again, without shine time. Yeah. That's fair. I know a lot of people prefer the grind without shiny charm, and depending on the game, it's not actually even that bad without. Um, I've really this last several months I've been shiny hunting a lot more, and it's definitely let me learn a few things about how those mechanics work. Um, nice, nice. The only definite full odds that I've got since Gen 3, because it would have been the rest, that would have been the first one. I got a full odds shiny Pikachu in X or Y. I can't remember. Took you 2 days to find it. Yeah, I know. I can imagine. I can imagine. I got that Pikachu completely on the random. I was going through the forest at the beginning of X and Y. I was like, oh, I'll look for a Pikachu, and sure enough, shiny Pikachu showed up. I was like, oh, cool. Guess I'm running that for this entire game. Um, it's always wild when that happens. But no, I very rarely get full odds ones anymore, just because I like to do things a little quicker sometimes. A little impatient. Um, so yeah, Hop's now gently guiding us to the wild area because we have 3 badges now. We've gone from no badges to 3 badges in less than an hour. So that's pretty cool. And like I say, I'm going to be on till at least 3 o'clock. So we might be able to get a bit more, much deeper into the game anyway. Especially as we start picking up a bit of pace. That network is just going to sit in the team, by the way, now. So if I come across a dust storm, we'll have a chandelier for literally no reason. Um, what's really funny about the way that this? What's your least favorite Pokemon? Oh, do you know? It's one of those things where I have Pokemon that I'm not a fan of, but I understand why they're popular and stuff like that. But if I had to pick one that I'm least fan of, and it's a really hot take, it's not got anything to do with its design. Before I say this, it's Garchomp, and I'll tell you for why. The amount of times I have had a really good run on Pokemon games or in the battle in general, and a Garchomp has come out and ruined my day. Me and that thing, we got beef. It's Garchomp, but not for the reasons you might think. Absolutely destroys me every time. I went to so I live in Reading. No, not quite in Reading, but near enough. And there's a Pokemon group in a town called Basingstoke, and it's like a train ride from where I live. So I went there and I had a battle with this guy, and I was absolutely destroying him. And his last Pokemon was a Garchomp, and I'm like, I haven't got anything for this. I'm going to lose, and I lost. There was just nothing I could do. Mine is Wiglet. Oh, yeah, no, I can see that. I can see that. Um, there's Wiglet and Wug Trio, isn't there? Like, I can see what they were going for. And it is fine. I like Diglett more. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. But which Diglett do you prefer? Because I really like the Alolan one. I think Alolan Diglett's really cool. I like the 80s hair on the Alolan Dog Trio. I think that's really funny. Um, the Alolan one is just funny. Yeah, no, it's hilarious. It's such a nice little cheeky grin of a Pokemon, isn't it? But yeah, no, I think I prefer the Alolan generally, but mostly because it makes me smile. But yeah, Wiglet and Wug Trio pretty good. I like the Toads Raw and Toads Cool. The alternate Toads Cool and Toads Cruel. I like them. They're really cool. Their shiny is amazing, by the way. One's like um, albino and one's like vibrant as hell. It's great. Um, trying to think what else there is that's like really funny to me. Oh, I tell you what's really funny is Runigerus or Runegrus. I'm not sure how you pronounce it. The rune of Cofagrigus introduced in this game. Just the evolution method for it is so funny to me. Like how they ever expected anyone to figure that out. Why did I get a new message on my Switch in 2023? Maybe it's Slowpoke's in it. Maybe that's what happened. They did that for New Year's Eve last year or the year before, and it was like Slowpoke wearing New Year's glasses, but it was for the previous year. I just thought that was so funny. Um, uh, which year was that? It must have been 2023 New Year because they did it with 2022 glasses. Ogre is cute, change my mind. I love Ogre. I think it's a really good design. Lighting is trash. Once it gets the masks, it's good, but a grass type legendary, like, no, you're alright. Grass and rock is a pretty good type. Because it was a grass, water, grass, fire, grass, rock, or pure grass. Like grass, rock, surely. Surely. It's the way to go. Um, I quite like the Petron thing as well. That's pretty cute. In that sort of small, sadistic, evil, pixie kind of way. Right. So now we get to go into Camelot, which is the best designed city in the game, which is a lie. There's actually, it's how much looks nicer. That's neither here nor there. We're going to get some exposition done and we're going to move on. That's it. That's the only reason we're here is to kind of have certain things explained to us and folklore, mythology, context something. So we mash, we mash the B button till everyone stops talking at us. Rose definitely has the energy of a dad who's just had enough. How come the stream is almost 3 hours in? So I started the game from scratch at the beginning of the stream. The first hour and a half, hour and 45 minutes was getting through the early tutorial bit and then doing a couple of the Dynamax adventures to get the Pokemon we have in the team. And then it's just been because that's the speedrun method, but the setup is much longer than it needs to be. Um, but yeah, the meta is to get Suicune in the fixed raid at the beginning and then run through it. But I didn't get Suicune because I ran out of lives because I had terrible AI. But there you go. And yeah, so the time on the session is literally as long as I've been playing this game, so we will be absolutely tearing through as much of it as we can before I run out of energy around 3 o'clock today, UK time. or if my voice starts giving out before then, which might happen. I don't talk that much in my daily life, so this is good practice. Um, so yeah, my friend and I are going to do. Well, good luck with that. Is that being broadcast, or are you guys just doing that in your house when you're online or whatever? Online. Cool, cool. Well, let me know on Discord how that goes. Ah, yeah, yeah, yeah. That makes sense. That makes sense. I'll definitely be interested to know how that goes. I will still be here for another couple of hours if you guys want to check back in later, but all good. Thank you for stopping by. Yeah, thank you. I mean, again, yeah, we'll see how I feel about her when at the end of it, and I will probably make a post at some point today. But thank you for stopping by. Okay. So yeah, we're gonna head up here, get a bit more folklore dumping from another character in a moment. Oh, let me grab that line. It's another let's see, charm. We're not gonna need it, but you never know with these kind of things. We'll head through here. We'll talk to Sonia. It's going to show us a bunch of old murals. Again, this doesn't count as a cutscene. I don't know why this doesn't count as a cutscene, but there we are. We also learn that our character can count. It's quite nice. Quite nice to know. Getting two revives that we are not going to need. Not anytime soon, anyway. Right, so we're done with this. Exposition done. We're done with a little bit more talking. You can see that the talking bit's getting fewer and farther between now, because we are starting to pick up some momentum in the actual progress of the story. This is Reinhardt, by the way, and this is the guy that I was referring to as the worst gym leader in all of Pokemon. Um, I've never struggled against Reinhardt. I know that isn't necessarily the reason, but his team is just not very good. Um, so yeah, we're on our way to our fourth badge, to be cool. We do have a couple of mandatory battles that we have to do between now and then. And we might even be able to embarrass our rival a bit more. I love how the old dear is just like, can I go through this? It's like, oh yes, miss. Of course you can. And then they go back to just being the obs. It's great. Such a British thing. So now we've got this double barrel. This is mandatory. You can't skip this. But it's okay. We don't need to worry. We've got such a strong team now. Do Earthquake. Defeat Stunky. Beat Lightning. And canonically, Hulk loses this battle. He loses to this lady. And I'd like you to pay attention to her team. This is the depths to which he has fallen. She has a life art, which is a good start. That's all she has. She beat Hop with just a life art. Like what was Hop doing? What was in Hop's team? You know he's experimenting because of his whole loss of self belief and all that kind of stuff. But what on earth could she have done to him with a life art? You know, so Hop sucks. He's having an existential crisis, which I feel you, my guy. I do. This is like Portuguese gym leader. We'll be battling her soon enough. Um, yeah, she's a interesting one. I do like that you get the little interactions with the gym leaders outside of their gyms and stuff. That's pretty cool. Um, Beauty Anita sent out Clefairy. We're just gonna earthquake that Clefairy into an early grey. Goes Clefable, which is what Clefairy evolves into. Requires a Moonstone to do that, but it's okay, we can deal with that. I think we're just gonna sit there and gain levels, by the way. It technically slows us down, but again, I'm not overly worried about having the best time or all that kind of stuff right now. It is kind of just a, for me, proof of concept. I've got the mental capacity to do something like this. I'm, like I say, going to break it into two, with the second part probably being this Sunday. But right now, I'm sucker punch with that thing. That's fine. That's a standard dub trio, by the way. The Alolan dub trio, as you would have heard me discussing in the chat a moment ago, is is long haired, would know the difference immediately. I definitely prefer the the haired ones. Aesthetically, the typing doesn't really make any difference. Anything, it makes it more physically defensive, but this is artist Duncan has a coffin. Now coffin gets levitate, I think. So we're not going to go for earthquake, even though it's got neutralizing gas, so it doesn't have levitate. Ignore me then. Ignore me then. You see the neutralizing gas text come up, you can click. If it has levitate, it will miss ground time miss. So that's cool. Here's Pseudo Wudo. Pseudo Wudo has the ability Sturdy. And because I know it can get counter, I'm going to click Surf. So it's probably going to live on one, yeah. Sturdy ability, yeah. Okay, I went for Slam, that's fine. If I went for a physical move and I went for counter, it would knock me out. So there you go. Just things to keep in mind when you're doing things like this. It's up to level 28. Not going to worry too much about level experience. It's just going to sit there, get some XP. Slows down by a few frames, which over the course of the whole thing is probably a few minutes, but it's all good. Right, now I'm going to just hop in here for a minute, because a lot of these, well, not this one, a lot of the Pokemon centers in the game will start having TM booths. I'm fairly sure there's one that has Thunderfang. More about that another time. Field. We're gonna go straight through here. We will be introducing ourselves to all these side characters, all the little side quests. We'll do that all in the post game. Post game is the most interesting part for me because we then don't have to worry about doing battles and stuff, and we can click around. So this is all set up really for what I really want to do, which is showing them what this file is going to be for eventually. Cramorant. This is a very interesting Pokemon actually. It's got a really unique ability, and it's shiny is really nice actually. It's orange, shiny. So the Cobra, which we've seen a couple of times in the wild, the overworld, sorry, was there during that cutscene, and we had a brief moment ago. Toxel, this is the gift Pokemon, by the way. And, I said that you can get a gift Pokemon from that particular building. This is that Pokemon that you get. It's a baby. It's that poison electric type. It's a really good Pokemon. We don't need it for now. And Rabu. Yeah. So yeah, Hop, it's going through a bit of an existential crisis after getting whooped by not only his rival, but by the and then that random team yell woman beat him up as well. Which is it's interesting that people sort of glaze over that part of the story. They're like, oh, there's no real story, it's not really a believable rival, this, that, and the other. His journey isn't about his rivalry with you, it's about his rivalry with his brother. And that, I think, is what people miss. He's so hung up on his brother that he forgets that he just needs to be himself. That's his story. It would have been quite nice for him to be the one to be his brother than to just lose to you, but I get why they did it the way they do. But hey ho, spoilers, I guess. So yeah, here we are, gym time. Another very different. Actually, I'm not going to talk about him. Another very different gym task. We're going to get changed. We're going to go in. We're going to do that. We're going to get a badge. Move on. We got 4 badges. We're halfway through the badges. So this is basically a teacup product all the way down. And I alluded to in one of the previous gyms that there are basically some gyms that are the same with a slight aesthetic twist. This is one of those gyms. So in this version, you are going up against the fighting type gym leader. And so everything has this sort of orange colour. And in a minute we'll see something else that sort of gives the hint that it's a fighting dojo. Not in this particular bit of puzzle, but afterwards. And once we see that, I'll explain what the difference is with the shield version. So we need to fight this trainer. Also, fun fact, if you play this version and shield at the same time, you do everything in exactly the same way, irregardless of rolls and all that kind of stuff, you know, the dumb luck stuff that can happen. Everything plays out exactly the same way. Shield is technically slightly longer because one of the trainers in this gym has more Pokemon on Shield than on Sword by one Pokemon. So there's no way to get around that. It's not, you know, I don't know why it is that way, but there you go. It's um, it's a thing. And again, don't know why that is the way it is. It just there you go. Anyway, so in this bit we'll see the other aesthetic that sort of shows us. So you can see these are boxing gloves. They are springs. That's it. A spring, they punch you into where you need to be. I completely fluffed this, but we get to see more of the spring action in this. Bonk. So on the shield version, this gym is a ghost type gym. And the aesthetic has changed from orange and black to green, purple, and black. And these are changed from boxing gloves to monster hands. That's it. That's literally the change. Um, obviously, all the different little trainers that you fight will have different Pokemon based on the version. And yeah, so just an interesting little factoid for you. One of these trainers has fewer Pokemon in this version currently. I couldn't tell you which one it is because I can't remember, but I know that there's one that has an extra Pokemon for some reason. This is a Galarian Farfetch, by the way. It's different to the regular Kanto Farfetch. Um, it's also a different typing, which is why I think was able to hit. It's not a flying type, despite having wings. It's just fighting. Why couldn't be fighting flying? I have no idea. But I think that's an imbalance had something to do with that. Maybe they thought it was too OP with two types. I don't. We cannot know these things as mere mortals. There is a way to skip that last little bit there. It is quite amusing. And it is actually technically a little quicker, I think. Go around it. Trying to go as far around as possible. Simon! As a hit normally. So Hitmonlee is one of the two fighting Pokemon from the very famous Kanto Dojo. It's the counterpart to Hitmonchan. Um, and in Generation 2, it has a baby, well, this is Hitmonchan. It has a baby form added in the form of Tyrogue, and there's a third counterpart called Hitmontop, which is based on the spinning top. It's quite interesting. And we're done. We're done with the gym challenge. We can go do the gym packs. Gives us a little celebratory posting. And we go through. We go through. So this is B. She's the gym leader for Sword. You would get a different gym leader in Shield, which we will see at some point, I'm sure. And so we won't discuss that too much here, but she specializes in fighting type Pokemon. Interestingly, her ace is not a Gen 8 Pokemon. Well, this is Hitmontop, the other one of that particular trio quartet of fighting type Pokemon. And we're just going to click Pokemon win, I think. Yeah. Um, this is Pangoro. This is what Pancham evolves into. It's a really good Pokemon. It's a dark and fighting type. Um, I'm going to use Surf on this because I don't really want to run out of PP unless I have to. And down goes that, so that's good. It's Fetched. So Galarian Farfetch'd evolves in this game into this Pokemon. The standard Tantonian one does not evolve. Okay, going to do that again because it used Detect, which is basically Protect. It prevents damage for a turn. You can use it in multiple turns, but it is less and less likely to work each time you use it successfully. And she's about to send out a race, which is Machamp, which is a Pokemon from Generation 1 that is a evolution Pokemon, trade evolution Pokemon, sorry, I should say. So to get a Machamp, you have to trade a Machoke for it to evolve. And then obviously trade it back if you want to keep it. Um, you can catch Wild Machamp in this game. Um, so that's probably something we'll do at some point. Just go around catching all the trade evolutions. And this is its Gigantamax form. We saw one earlier with Gigantamax Fence Scorch. So yeah, this is Gigantamax Machamp. And that's the fourth bonus, which is crazy. We are rolling now. Yeah, so we defeated B. We are halfway through the badges. It's absolutely wild. Right. So we get another TM, which is Revenge, which is a good. It was a good move. Yeah, we don't necessarily need it for this run, but for later on we might want it. Get a fighting uniform again. We still have not customized our guy because it will take a lot of voice credit. It'll take a lot of opportunity to uh, slow down the clock, but we're not worrying about that right now. So we get to see a destruction of public property offence. I think that's the best way to talk about it. We are going to swap our team around because we're going up against Bede again. Get a little speed boost going. I know it's a video game, but anytime I see anyone in a video game riding a bike upstairs, it makes my skin crawl because it's so wrong. It's not. So, so Bede wants to beat us up because we keep interfering with his plans to vandalize things. I don't know what it does. No, he's collecting wishing stars. Um, Maybe he's shiny hunting something in pens or something. I don't know. But it's okay. We're just gonna destroy him with our electric dog. We're just gonna head through a bunch of this stuff. almost unfair how quickly we're making up ground, really. Here comes Ponyta. I do like the Galarian Ponyta and Rapidash designs. I think they're really cool. Um, I demand a feeling. Sure you do, buddy. So yeah, we get more stuff in here. Basically, they're going to expel Speed from the gym challenge, and he's not really done anything wrong. That's the messed up thing about it. He's only doing what he's been asked by Oleana, which is wild to me. But yeah, so we're now at the point where we've done 4 badges now. So we're halfway through the badges. We are not even close to halfway through all the content in this game, by the way. So much more still to do, including all the DLC and stuff. But speedrun section that people base it on is based on the beginning to end of the main story, which is kind of a little shy of halfway. No, we're not even that far. There's a whole thing that happens. Anyway, so she gives us 2 revive, and we can scooch down here. And into probably the most famous and yet infamous place in Pokemon history is the Glenwood Tangle. And if you set your mind back to the promotional days for Sword and Shield, they did a full 24-hour live stream for pre-rendered um, Glenwood Tangle that had nothing in it, not a single thing, and it unveiled Ninja. That was it. It was the whole thing. It confirmed a couple of Pokemon were in the game beyond that, but no, it was also unveil Ponyta. So we're gonna just go in here. We're gonna heal. And because my voice is getting a little tired now, I think I'm gonna say that I think we're gonna be able to confirm the in-game time. That's why I'm basing my my times on 3 hours 25. Yeah, that's about right. So 3 hours 25. We've been streaming for 3 hours 28. Um, yeah. So next time we will do the remaining 4 badges. I think that's a really good amount to have got done in one sitting. Um, but yeah, my voice is just starting to go, and like I've said in a couple of my previous games, I'm just building up that vocal stamina. So yeah, next time we will reconvene. We will get the remaining 4 badges and do a lot of the late main game stuff, and then going forward we'll do the 3 hours and 25 minutes is no small feat. And for my something over here, speed, um, Pokemon Speedruns.com is a really good place to go and check how well you're doing. So, yeah, so, there's, so at the moment I'm 3.5 hours in, the top 50, that's 4.5 hours. So we would have another hour to reach top 50 at current pace, which is fine. You know, I said this was never going to be like a competitive speedrun. I will build up to that over time, but for now, I'm really happy with where we are with our time. So, um, thank you with you. Wish you a happy new year, because it is in fact from the 31st today. And I will see you in the new year. I'll see you in the new year with more streams, and we'll continue this in 2025, which is wild, by the way. Have a good one.